All right. The stream is up.
Let me hit a little refresh.
Hit that refresh, man. Oh yeah. Okie dokie. Oh yeah. And there we go. It's up and running. By the way, they can hear you.
No worries, bro.
Welcome to
Hello.
my streams.
To the Bonfire Stormsurge. Oh, I see. Nice.
Hell yeah. Getting up, set and ready.
Let me mute because now it's echo. It's double echo. You can't let echo. Nice, dude. You got that set up. Nice, bro.
Yeah. Wonderful. It took a while to set up and took about like 2 weeks to learn everything from zero, considering I never considered streaming before. But since I do a lot of commission work and I post it all up on my Instagram. If you're ever interested, I'll link you to it too.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro.
So
Hey, so you're painting the actual figure too?
Yeah, I'm painting figures.
Okay. Gotcha.
Some Warhammers.
Nice. Is that a dreadnought that you have on there?
No, this is a Stormsurge. It's a Titan. Think of it like
a
super vehicle. Someone commissioned it.
The Titan's like the god vehicle, right?
And think of it that way. Like, okay. It's the Tau vehicle.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry, I'm still learning, bro. Still learning about Warhammer. Oh, that thing's sick. That thing's heat, bro.
That's a Gundam. Watch. All right, so on the stream here, this is what a regular standard model. This is a human size. Next to him.
Oh wait, it's loading. Oh snap!
Yeah, this is a very big boy. Hello, Oscar. How's it going, dude? It's been a while. Imagine you've been building your stuff and painting. Busy.
Dude, that's fire, bro. So those are the standard sizes they come in?
Yeah, they're small little people.
So that does really represent the scale of that thing.
Yes, sir.
In the series.
Yep, this thing's huge. Big boy. Oh, nice. I'm glad you're painting, Oscar. I know sometimes you get all caught up with homework and stuff. Quite a lot. But glad you're plowing through, dude. Alright, we're gonna continue the metallics on this thing.
Yeah, the weaponry on that thing looks awesome, bro.
Dude, this thing's loaded with missiles. And
that's crazy.
It's missing the main cannon, by the way. Hold on. Let me get it.
Alright.
So, on its shoulder, it mounts this giant gun.
Let's see. It's a little delayed. Oh, okay, now I see it. Oh, dang. Oh, it's got two pieces connecting it.
Yeah, dude, this thing's ginormous. So it like mounts on the side right here. And then blast a giant gun.
That's so sick, bro. So it would basically go right there on the shoulder.
Yeah, it'll sit on the shoulder.
Dude, that thing's awesome. Have you ever painted a dreadnought before?
Not a dreadnought, but I imagine it wouldn't be too difficult considering this is probably the biggest project I've done so far.
Okay, right on.
But yeah, let's get back to metallics today.
Let's get in it.
Mr. Oscar here joining us with his orcs. And playing the green skin tide. I am currently doing Tau, as the model has shown. That's the theme of the video. The next thing I'm going to be doing is Magnus the Red, the
Nice.
Primarch, and the father of the Thousand Sons.
That's one of the chapters of the.
Yeah, it's one of the
Okay.
traitor chapters that turned evil. Their aesthetic
Oh,
is like, think Egyptian.
Oh, okay,
But-
okay, okay.
Their main color is blue, and they're trimmed in gold. They're all
Nice.
about
Okay,
magic.
I can imagine.
Yeah, they're all about magic. And the cool thing, talking about it, in Space Marine 2, they're one of the confirmed factions you fight against, other than Tyranids.
Oh, that's sick. So they're gonna come out in the game too.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Nice.
Right now, shaking up my paint. You shaking it up. Get that good paint shaking.
Shaker
You
rook,
can't
shaker
have
rook,
it.
shaker rook.
You can't have it separated.
Mm-mm-mm.
Alright. Check around, check around, check around. Check around, check around.
How long does it normally take to paint one of those?
All right, so this is part 7 so far, and it already
Mhm.
has 12
Oh,
hours and a
parts.
half.
Okay, yeah, okay, so it takes some time. And you also do fine details like damage,
Yeah.
and wearing.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
I do it all.
So for the painting of these, as you're dropping that paint there, is that going to be like you're mixing your palette down there on the
Yes,
bottom?
sir. This is the wet palette. This is what keeps the paint fresh from drying up.
Okay.
That way, it doesn't dry up and makes me waste my paint, which costs dineros.
Gotcha. That's pretty sick, bro. I did not know you did this. It's awesome.
Hell yeah, man.
This is something I have not seen before. Like, actually, like,
I am a man of many talents.
nice.
Very artistic, more
Oh, yeah.
specifically. And considering the point of this recording is for my commission, so that people can see the work I do, the
Mhm.
way they can also see a record of like the amount of time I actually spend and what I'm
Gotcha.
actually doing, so that they could see the value of the price I charge. And I do for bigger models, $13 an hour.
Mhm.
So this bad boy was a little expensive, but
Gotcha,
considering the amount of work I'm putting into it, it's gonna look fabulous at the end.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna have that love and effort put into it too, so
hell yeah. So
definitely worth it.
the time varies, but usually for the smaller ones with maximum details can go no
Mhm.
longer than usually about 8 hours. And
Oh, damn.
that's the long ride.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's like a group of us that go and hang out every Friday at our local shop, and we play these board games. We like to
Well,
show
that's-
off our work and stuff. It's really fun if you're ever interested as well.
Yeah, because Warhammer was originally they started off as novels and board games before they switched over to like digital media.
Yep. They
Nice,
still
nice.
are on board games. It's their main bread maker.
So how do the board games work?
So essentially,
Mhm.
you buy the model,
Mhm.
you have to build it,
Mhm.
you can paint it because it's
Mhm.
typically just grayed out.
Oh, so it's
you
just like a standard like stock model like that.
Yeah, it's just a regular grayed out model. They expect you to work on it. They want you to get
Okay.
creative. They want you to make your own paint scheme and make it look as cool as you want.
Mhm.
And once you have the prep ready, you build your army and you can build a list. A list is basically just the amount of points that you're given, and you make an
Mhm.
army. Each unit that you have that you own is worth a certain set amount of unit. And they have given rules, like cards. Think of it like Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
They have certain information that pertains to the unit. Then you play on a board, on a table, typically,
Mhm.
a 2x6 foot table, and you duke it out with an opponent.
Nice. And
You roll
is
some
it
dice,
a role
you
based
make-
and stuff, or
I'm sorry?
is it role based?
What do you mean by roll?
Like you're rolling, or how does the board game
Yes,
work? Like you're rolling dice.
You get d6s and you roll the
Mhm.
dice,
Okay.
and the dice and the number that you get determines if they make it or not.
Ah, okay. So your move correlates to what you roll, just kind of like. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and you have to be all tactical about it.
Nice.
Have you played XCOM?
XCOM?
Have you heard of
No,
XCOM?
I don't really look it up. Maybe I have, but. Let's see. Oh, it's like a top-down strategic game, right?
Yeah, it's a top-down strategic. Think of it that way. It's an XCOM.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's all tactical and everything.
That's sick. I did not know. And so it's just Warhammer. What's the board game called? It's just board game?
No, you just look up whatever Warhammer. You have to know your factions, and you just start collecting under the faction name.
Oh, and then that's how you just build your list. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Right on.
To be more precise, you usually buy a thing called a codex. A codex comes with information, lore, pictures, art. It's a textbook, but it's all about the faction that you picked.
And it tells you all the points or all the values.
Yeah, and it tells you, hey, if you like this faction, at the very back of the book, they give you data cards. Data cards are the rules for you to play the game on the board.
Okay.
And once you see the data cards, you're like, oh, damn, this model looks sick. Like, I really like that one. You just go on Amazon or on GW, Game Workshop's main site. You look up the name that you just found, and you can buy the model. And then you can play it once you build it on the table. You can add it to your army.
Now I'm looking up the codex right now.
So, like, do you like Space Marines, for example?
Yeah, I mess with the Space Marines.
Hell yeah. So just look up Adeptus Astartes, because that's what they're called. Space Marine is just the most popularly known method to call them, but they're called Adeptus Astartes. Yeah.
So it's Adeptus Astartes Codex?
Yes, sir. You look that one up, and that is, their book. It does cost money. It's a textbook.
Yeah, I just realized it was like $60 right now.
Yeah, dude.
But it's worth it if you do get in and you start getting into it.
Oh yeah.
Codex.
I can give you mine. I can give you my PDF version if you wish, so you can at least see for yourself what it's all about. But usually you do buy these seasonally.
Also, they're always updated.
They're always updating them, like about every 3 years. And when they do that, they call it a new edition. So right now we're in the 10th edition.
Let me see. I don't know if it says which edition this is. I'm on the Warhammer.com page.
Usually, right now, we are in the 10th edition.
Okay. Genesis of Demigods. So it's also like, it tells you the codex and it's just a little bit of history of them too, right?
Yeah, a little bit of history. It tells you a little bit about the universe in all of the codexes. It'll tell you a little bit like about what's happening in their modern day, present day, I mean.
That's it.
And it'll tell you everything about like the faction that you picked. It'll also recommend like, hey, there's also other named like sub-factions that you can pick from that if you like. And so for example, one of my favorite ones from the Astartes is the Blood Angels. The Blood Angels are red. They have green visors and they have a black angel wing on their pauldron.
Nice.
I really like the angelic kind of aesthetic. However, there's a twist to this chapter, and it's only a twist to them. They're also born with a mutation, and that mutation makes them bloodlust hungry for human blood. So they're essentially, they're good guys, by the way. They're definitely good guys.
They'll eat their enemies.
They'll eat their enemies, exactly.
Okay, that's sick. Yeah, because I saw that they have like the ability to eat people, and then they gain their knowledge or some shit like that, right?
Yeah. Which is crazy because most Space Marines refrain from it because they're like, yeah, cannibalism is no bueno. So
kind of nuts. kind of nuts.
So they don't do it, but the Blood Angels have to, because if they don't, they'll quite literally die.
Sick. So they also have the Black Dragons. I think those are the mutated ones with the bones, right? The bones that come out of their arms.
The Black Dragons. I'm trying to think.
Let me see if I can get the name of them.
But yeah, dude, there's so many you can jump into. There's so many stories. I think what's really crazy about the Blade Angels that I personally like is the fact that they're seen as devils, demons, even monstrous, savage animals. But out of all the chapters, they're the most honorable ones.
That's nice.
They care about their own people. They save them. Most chapters of Space Marines are kind of they kind of just couldn't care less about humans dying.
Yeah, because I know the Salamanders, the Salamander Corps is also
they're one of the
also
nicer
very
guys.
caring.
Yeah, they're what you would call the nice guys. A great example of the not so good guys are the Black Templars, which, funny enough, they're a very popular faction because they're so zealous and they're funny in their own way. But they're not really nice guys. Like they're the kind of people who will abandon you if they feel you're too heretical.
Oh, okay. So they're very religious.
Yes, and they're fun for that because they're just out of their way crazy. One of the most popular ones, the poster boys that a lot of people tend to like. Hello, Andrew. How's it going, man? A lot of people tend to like are the Ultramarines. They're blue and gold.
Oh yeah.
And that's the one that you play in Space Marine 2.
And those are the most iconic ones.
Those are the most iconic. Those are called Ultramarines.
Gotcha. Then their chapter is the Ultramarine.
Yeah, the Ultramarine chapter. They are the most common chapter out there.
Okay, so if it's because the Black Dragon Legion doesn't pop up on like or at least what I see. So if you wanted to add a chapter, you could. In sense.
As far as I know, it might be a rogue chapter. The thing is, there's what you call successor chapters, which are chapters from the main fatherhood. Like, they're the main father chapter is what I meant to say.
Okay, so yeah, from the actual Primarchs.
Yes, precisely.
Okay.
It might be that they are either a successor, because I haven't heard of them. Either a successor or they're what's the word? I think they're rogue. Like, they're not really in great terms with the Imperium, and so they're kind of like pirates.
Yeah, that's why, because they have a bunch of mutations, so that's why they're not really chill with the Imperium.
Yeah, and a lot of the Space Marines look down upon mutations. Even though,
man, he looks so sick.
Yeah, he's asking about Black Dragons. My friend Andrew here, he's a Space Marine aficionado. He knows everything Space Marines.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting into it, slowly learning about the lore. But yeah, the Black Dragons are one of the chapters that really intrigue me. They got like bone claws sticking out of their arms. It's pretty fire. And they're, obviously their design, it's all black, and they got dragon decals on their armor. It's so sick.
And who knows? They might be a traitor legion.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that because I've only heard of it when I was just I was working and just listening to the audio on the chapters, specific chapters.
Andrew says that the Black Dragons are still loyal to the Imperium.
Okay.
Are they a successor of anyone, or are they rogue? I'm curious.
Yeah, you're gonna have to check them out when you finish, man. That legion's pretty fire. That's so sick.
And who knows, if you like him enough, you can buy a squad and paint them up in their scheme, and you can play them as Black Dragons.
Yeah, I was looking at the prices right now. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to take a minute to save up.
Hell yeah. The prices can be a little hard to start off on,
but it is worth it. It looks worth it because I mean it's a really big community too.
Because the way you have to think of it is it's a slow investment. You're not supposed to drop a lot of money. You're supposed to kind of start like with the start collecting set, or you can split with someone
and painting and prepping.
Yeah, and you take it slow. It's not supposed to be an endeavor that you finish all in one day. You don't buy an army in one day typically. But they do have like sales and like master sets that essentially get you started with like a bigger amount of models by giving you a free like set or something.
Nice. Like just a deal to save up on.
Yep.
And then I'm guessing the Necrons have a codex as well too, right?
Are the Black Dragons are the same founding from the bad stuff that came from the Lamenters. Interesting.
So they're Salamander successors. So the Salamander chapter, they're like a separate legion that comes off of them, off of their gene seed, or
no, the Lamenters. They're Blood Angels, the ones I like.
Oh, nice. So that's what Blood Angels are called in game, the Lamenters.
No. The Lamenters are a successor chapter from the Blood Angels.
Oh,
the Blood
okay.
Angels are the father founded legion,
Mm-hmm.
and then everyone that basically is born from the father legion, basically like they produce more under a different chapter, even though it comes from the same gene seed. The gene seed, think of it like a disc DVD installer. It's full of all the information it needs to transfer over and make more copies or install the software on the computer.
Okay.
It has the information of the chapter. The
Just
main,
like the full DNA build of the Space Marine.
yes, precisely. So they essentially, the father chapter, in this case the Blood Angels, give out some of their gene seed. That's why a lot of people make jokes about it. It's basically sperm.
Yeah.
And they make more chapters out of it. In other words, they make more Space Marines. But instead of being under the Blood Angel banner, they become a new name, and that's what they call a successor.
Okay.
So Black Dragons are successors of the Blood Angels.
Okay.
Okay, he says salamanders. Okay,
I'll come for the curse.
he corrected it because Lamenters are Blood Angel, are they not?
Lamenters, Black Dragons are Salamander. Okay.
Yeah, he's explaining it in the chat.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's right now. Nice. And so the Lamenters are a successor of the Blood Angels.
Blood Angels.
Okay, gotcha.
But he says it's salamander. I think he made a mistake.
Oh, and the Lamenters armor is sick. The color scheme, checkered with yellow. So far.
And what's really cool is most of these gene seeds, you know, the traits that a chapter has. And again, a chapter is basically, just think of a banner like, hey, you're under the Chargers banner, in this case football, like you're under the American flag. That's what a chapter is. It's just, think of a flag.
Okay.
Think of a flag, and they belong to a group now of that said name, but it determines itself by what faction they come from, and that's the father chapter.
And that's the one that gives off the main gene seed, and then
they distribute it.
Okay, gotcha.
And they usually do this so that you can be like, okay, bro, I'm gonna give you a squad of boys, and you're gonna go protect these certain planets, and now you're a different name though. This is how.
So that's how they give out different assignments and orders to separate.
Yeah, they all do their own things still, but they're usually given a sector to kind of patrol.
It's so far.
Yeah, Warhammer gets all crazy specific.
And this is lore that's been built up for a long time, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And so the other Warhammer series, though, that take place in more medieval eras, are those like in the same universe but just in a different time period?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Okay, it's just different.
They're a different universe.
Okay, gotcha. I thought it was like the same universe but just back in time before it goes to the 41st millennia.
No, sir. Even though, ironically, they share a lot of similarities in lore.
Gotcha.
They kind of they copied each other's homework somehow.
But it's all the same riders, or they're separate riders from Game Wars?
They're typically separate.
Okay. Yeah, just to keep continuity and not mixing.
At least it seems that way.
Another question is, when you do your commissions, you're also told what faction is a part of, right?
Yep.
And what chapter and their color scheme and all that.
So for this, and for the Tau, they're not called chapters, but it's the same concept. It's just a different name. So for the Tau, this is an enclave. They call it enclave, and this is the far side enclave. And their whole shtick, because the faction typically is all about guns. They love their guns, their long range guns, their plasma guns.
Oh, so they're a separate little faction then. Okay.
They're all their own thing. But these guys prefer swords over guns. Ironically.
But they still use guns.
They still use them.
Yeah. Okay, got you. Okay, I see. I looked at the photo of them right now. So they're the ones that made the Titans? Or
no.
Does the Imperium also use Titans as well?
These guys are alien. And they have nothing to do with the Imperium. The Imperium is very xenophobic. They do not like any alien. They work with
anything that's not human.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, got you. But Tau are the only ones that use Titans as a Gundam?
Every faction has Titans.
Oh, nice.
They just all look different.
Okay, got you.
All right.
Oh, damn. Okay, I looked up the Imperium's Titans. These things are gnarly.
Yeah, they're whack.
Crazy. Looks like it has a giant church on top of it, dude. Holy moly.
Yep. The only bad Xenos. The Tau. The weebs. Kill them all.
So this says...
And you got so many factions. You have the Eldar, who are essentially space elves. They like their magic, they're casters. You have the Orcs, which you imagine kind of what they would be like if you know Lord of the Rings, except they're green. And they like to build dumb stuff, and it works for the weirdest of reasons.
Wait, I have a question. The Eldar, since they use magic, is magic Psyker power, or is that something completely different?
Magic is Psyker abilities.
Psyker ability, okay.
So
but
when someone says magic, it's not magic in 40k, it's psychic.
Okay.
But that's
and since
really
they're
all
psychers,
it is.
They're not can, right? Because I know some
can be.
Okay.
It's just how psychic are you? Because if you're insanely psychic and you're tapped into the warp is essentially like a second dimension to ours that is essentially hell.
Okay, so that thing in the Astartes, when they get sucked in that ball, and
it is presumed the warp, but it's been confirmed it's not. That's something else. But yes, think of it working the same way regardless, though.
Okay.
That is the warp, and the guys that use all that cool magic ability stuff, those are psychic. Those are psychers. That's how you say it.
And the Orcs, they have nothing to do with that chaos god, right?
No, they don't have a chaos god. They are their own chaos. They have their own chaos gods of their own called Gork and Mork that they pray to. But
and it's that guy with the big mouth on his stomach?
No, not that I know of.
Okay, I'm tripping, my bad.
There's a lot of things to know.
Yeah, there's so much information, it's like a information glass.
Yeah, you could take it slow, dude. But then you have the Imperium of Man, which includes a lot of different factions. There's the the Astra Militarum, which are essentially us. It's basically U.S. Army in the future. Think of it that way. It's a U.S. Army in the future, but it's a conglomerate of a lot of like sub-factions that are from other planets, so that you can get a different aesthetic. So like if you like an Arabic aesthetic, you pick you know, the faction that's under that style, but it's still under the aesthetic. So everyone has essentially chapters, but they're always called something different. So for the Astra Militarum, which are the humans, just like you and I, without superpowers, just here's a gun, here's some flak armor, good luck. Those are called regiments.
Oh, okay. And those are standard troops.
Yeah, those are regular humans. That's the army I play.
Okay.
I like to play the Krieg, the gas mask Germans.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. And that's another regiment, but of the Imperium too, but just set.
Yeah, of the Astra Militarum.
Gotcha.
Then you have the Sisters of Battle. They have their chapters as well in a way. They're called just on my head. Andrew, help me out here. What do the sisters call them again?
Yeah, Oscar said take it slow or have a 4-hour info dump. I'm pretty sure.
That also works, right? Yeah. Because Oscar, when we got him into the game, we told him basically what I'm telling you, and we sat for like a solid like 7 hours just chatting away. It's so much fun getting to learn all this. The order,
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, they're called orders for the sisters, and they're essentially half the mutations and augmentations of Space Marines, but they're a female-only group.
And those are the Valkyries.
Those are the Sisters of Battle, the Adeptus Sororitas.
And so wait, who are the Valkyries?
I'm not sure. It might be it might be an order from them.
Okay. Gotcha.
So much, my man. So much.
Yeah, sorry, man. I'm asking all these questions. I'm like,
No. I'm glad. That's why I brought you here.
Adepta Sororitas.
Those are the nuns with guns.
Oh yeah, they look awesome. Oh yeah, legit, just nuns with guns. That's awesome.
Literally nuns with guns. Now, I'm not sure if you're Googling it up, but look up Eldar. Those are the space elves. They're very human physique. They have human facial features other than pointy ears, hence the elf aesthetic. But that's really what they are. They're just space elves.
Eldari.
The Eldari, yes sir.
Oh, okay.
Those are the space elves. Believe it or not, I'm a fan of the space elves. I just don't collect them.
Yeah, they look pretty sick.
One of my favorite things about the Eldar are they get to tap into the warp, and they basically refine it in a way. They refine it and have created essentially a third dimension that isn't hell. And it's not heaven necessarily, other than for Eldar. It's a safe haven, and it's called the Webway. So they had the technology to essentially make another dimension for themselves to be protected from total annihilation, because there's a huge story between Eldar. But for the most part, Eldar are a dying race that are barely holding on to their existence, and they are surviving only by going into the Webway. The Webway, like I said, is a safety dimension for themselves only.
Gotcha.
But there's very few Eldar. Then we have the Tau, which I already told you about. They're all about their guns. They're a very young race. They're probably the youngest race that joined the Space Wars in 40K. Think of it that way.
Yeah, they joined the never-ending wars.
Yeah, so then you have the Eldar and the Tau, which their favorite thing are usually mechs, guns, and a lot of infiltration. They like their sneaky, stealth guys.
Gotcha.
What else do we have?
That's sick.
We have the orcs, which I already explained. the Space Marines are self-explanatory since I know you've been listening to the books.
Yeah, I've been listening to a couple and some lore explanations too from some YouTubers as well.
You got one of my favorite ones, the Necrons. The Necrons are the robotic legions. They're essentially your standard run-of-the-mill alien humanoid form as well. However, they were very unlucky because they were placed next to a solar system where the sun irradiated so much radiation. And they basically suffered really short lives, their civilization. And so once they took to the stars, they moved away and they went in search of eternal life.
Oh, is that when they're cursed? Because I know they had something done to them, right?
Yeah, so they to make it all short, they found the answer in the form of a supernatural creature called the Catan. And the Catan essentially made them a promise. I'll give you eternity for your frail bodies so that you guys can live forever. And they like, yeah, bro, sign me up. They didn't read the terms of service, and they got their souls got put into robotic bodies. I mean, actually, I think it's backwards. Their souls got snatched, and everything else got put into robotic bodies. So they're basically soulless automatons. Now,
so is there images of them before they were switched over into the?
There's theoretical images, kind of like fan-made ones, but it's not necessarily confirmed. But if you look up the Necrons, they're one of my favorite ones because they're just so absurd.
So sick.
Though a lot of people like to call them the undead zombie terminators because that's really what they are.
Yeah, or the necrophiliacs. That's just awesome.
But yeah, those guys are awesome. They're also one of my favorites. I do have some of those. Then you have the Tyranids, my all-time favorite, which are the ones that you fight in Space Marine, those alien bugs. The Tyranids are, in short and sweet terms, they are the most alien of aliens. They're just there to exist. They have only one purpose, and that is to consume.
Eat, and make giant hives.
Reproduce. They're the ultimate animal. They're the ultimate alien because they don't resemble anything other than just an animalistic alien form.
Oh,
Heavy
inspiration.
models. Heavy inspiration from Aliens, the movies. But the thing is, they don't come from our galaxy. They came outside of the galaxy. The Emperor, when he created the astropath, which is essentially like a lighthouse in space, when he created that lighthouse, it basically attracted the Tyranids from another neighboring galaxy.
Oh, damn.
And they are here to consume
40K, we're still stuck in our own galaxy. We still haven't.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
We're still in the Milky Way.
Oh, damn. Okay, nice. That's pretty gnarly. Yeah, Warhammer's awesome, bro.
And what's scary about the Tyranids, and my favorite part, is we don't know if either the Tyranids were running away from something bigger that was eating them, or they ate the other galaxy already and were the next meal.
Oh, so that's up for debate.
Yep. We don't know how big the Tyranid threat is.
That's so sick.
And that's the ones we're fighting in Space Marine 2.
And so the lore is still being built up around the game, right?
Around the board game, yes.
Okay. And then the board game just correlates the general overall lore of the game, or overall lore of Warhammer.
The main way to study Warhammer, like the universe, is to be a part of the board game, essentially. Because the board game releases all the new models, all the lore specific stuff, and the codexes are the way we get the stories and the books that you read. Those are the main ways to learn 40K. And the cool part about 40K is there's no sequence necessarily on how to read 40K. You just pick you just literally pick whatever looks cool to you.
Okay, that's sick.
So like, I have some audiobooks. I'd love to share you my account so you can read the Warhammer books I have. I did tell Oscar as well. I still owe him that, and I will, because I got a lot of books. I got a little bit of everything. But
Nice, nice.
if I had to recommend some, dude, you gotta read the Necron ones, dude.
Okay.
They're fabulous.
Definitely want to read some of those and then the Space Marine chapters.
Oh,
Or the Space
hell yeah.
Marines in general.
I got a lot of Space Marine ones already.
I really rock with them.
You like the football boys?
Yeah. I'm barely starting an arena too, man. I'm looking at all this new armory stuff that they added. It's insane.
Yeah, there's a lot, dude.
Oh, so you really have to. Oh wow, you have to load everything in specific. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, if you're ever interested, dude, just hook up. I got some armies to play with. You can try to play the game.
Yeah, I want to try the board game out. It seems fun. I hardly ever play board games ever, so I want to get into it.
Yeah,
Something I
dude.
really
Yeah,
want to.
a lot of the guys there, well, will definitely help you out. There's a nice community here in the valley that we're forming up.
Nice. That's cool because I know here in the valley is like the one last place.
But yeah,
I'm
you would
looking
expect,
forward to
because one of the coolest stories I like to tell a lot of the people when I join is that I used to think that no one knew what Warhammer was.
Mhm.
I thought I was literally like one and only, the only person who knew what it was, and that I would forever be alone here in the valley with like no one to play the game with.
Yeah.
And then I found out that there's people that hang out at Renee's Comics. That's the place. Shout out.
Oh, that's the
Yeah, on
comic
Main
store
Street,
that's
on Main
opened
Street.
up into the mall, right?
No, on Main Street.
On Main Street. Oh,
Yes, sir.
okay.
So there we go, and we hang out.
Okay, nice. When do you guys go?
The football analogy got Andrew messed up. Dude, they're football soldiers, bro. Let's be real.
They can take hits. Those are the CTE pros, man.
I feel like I'm missing some factions. We got the Chaos, which for the most part, depending on, you know, who and what god you pray to, there's the different chaotic chapters that you can pick from.
And I've seen that some Space Marines that they get corrupted by the Chaos God and they turn all gnarly, right?
Yeah, those are Chaos Space Marines,
Oh, okay.
and they go crazy wild in different directions.
Gotcha.
You like big booty boba girls or guys? Go Slanesh. If you like stinky rot zombicide, go Nurgle. If you like bloodlust,
Slanesh.
Skulls.
Oh, you already got me at Slanesh, bro.
Blood. You go Corn. If you like magic, mystery, secrecy, you go Zinch. And there you go.
The Prince of Pleasure.
Ew.
Oh wow.
They touch you the wrong way. I don't like it.
And this is like some not even this is the pleasure is like some fucking Hellraiser pleasure, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's not it's not your favorite. It's not your favorite pastime pleasure.
Oh, even the Space Marines get infected by it too?
Yep.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, there's some little Space Marine models. Slanesh loyal black dragons. Oh, whoa, that's awesome. This is literally the Legion I was talking about. So okay, that's so sick. So I can have my Space Marines follow any god and design them to be.
That is if they're going to be chaos inclined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're a loyalist, you don't follow a god.
And then you stick with the Imperial.
You fight for the Emperor. Big E.
The big E.
The boy himself, the Emperor.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, wow, there's so much like creative
Yeah, there's so much creative outlets for this.
That's very sick.
Noise Marines are whack. Hell yeah, dude. Literally Space Marines with guitars and loudspeakers attached to their back play so loud they'll blow you to bits. I'm not even kidding.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's a real
Noise
thing.
Marines?
Yeah, Noise Marines. Check them out. They're whack.
Oh damn, they just got giant speakers on the top of their heads. That's sick.
Yeah, the sound wave is so powerful, it literally blows you up.
Emperor's Children Trader Legion. Noise Marines are chaos Space Marines with something to make it Slaanesh. Oh, nice.
Yeah, because the god of excess isn't just about pleasure. It's the pleasure of like loud music, eating too much, like any kind of pleasure.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
And
so the Emperor's Children is just another legion.
Yes,
or a
sir.
chapter.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's actually
Okay.
the father chapter of the chaos versions of them.
Oh, okay. And they've just been indoctrinated into following Slaanesh and
Yes,
turned
sir.
into the chaos.
Yes, sir.
Okay, gotcha. And Fulgrim is one of the Primarchs, right?
Yes, sir. Fulgrim is the father Primarch of the Emperor's Children, who fell to Slaanesh.
Oh, okay. Fulgrim as a Daemon Prince. A human champion of chaos who has been elevated to daemonhood as a reward for their actions on behalf of one of the major chaos gods.
The chaos army I have are the Death Guard, the undead Plague Marines. Death Guard. Look them up.
Death Guard. Oh, the play. Yeah. These are
The zombie Space Marines.
Yeah, the photos I've seen. These guys are sick.
I got those.
And they
guys.
have, and Dagnar is the god with the big mouth on his stomach, right?
No,
Yeah.
that's actually just a greater demon.
Oh,
That's just a greater demon. Sure, supposedly Nurgle looks a lot like him. Fabulous Bill, hell yeah.
a Nurdle is the.
Nurgle is the god of plague and pestilence. He's the chaos god that represents the Death Guard. Oh hey, yeah. Fulgrim does have has a model for Horus Heresy. His anointed demon form. Super cool.
Oh, so you can have the actual Primarchs fight on the board game as well too.
Yeah, and certain some of them, not all of them are on there yet.
Yeah. Keyword
Yet.
Okay. And I'm guessing the Emperor is a big no-no, right? He's already chair by then.
He's already a vegetable.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, if he was on the board, it's game over for everyone else.
Yeah.
There's a few like entities out there that might go toe to toe with him, but very few entities. But yeah, the Primarchs are his sons. and his sons have a lot of power. Mucho poder.
Mucho poder. Basically, he's the one that created the Space Marines as well, right?
He
As defenders
is
of the-
the creator and hand that made the Space Marines.
Okay, gotcha.
The Space Marines are also known as his angels.
And that's why when people see them, it's like
They
a
are
crazy.
humanity's protectors, and the Emperor's protectors are called the Custodes.
Well, you need to lift those guys up.
Look the Custodes up. I think you might like them.
It's 30s.
They are gold.
Oh, okay. These are like the
Those
Like,
are
what do you
the
call-
Emperor's guard.
like in Star Wars, the Red Guards.
Yeah, think of it that way.
Nice. Oh, so that's a giant bolter with a giant spear. That's sick.
The uncorruptible.
And the Custodes are they also Space Marines, but just on another level?
They're essentially secretly made Space Marines that are just about like, I'd say even like 100 times the power of a Space Marine.
Just directly made for protecting the Emperor.
They were individually made by the Emperor. Space Marines are essentially like factory made, on the lines, like kind of made. These guys are like handmade by the Emperor.
Nice.
Think of it like this. The Primarchs are his sons, quite literally. The Custodes are his friends, and the Space Marines are his subjects.
Okay.
And the sisters are his bit. You know what I mean, right?
Are his gals. Is there a limit to how much you can customize?
Other than your own mind, no.
Okay.
Tell me, like, if there's an aesthetic that you like out there, it probably exists. If you like Space Vikings, they got it. If you like Greeks and Romans, they got it. If you like vampires, they got it.
You got it. All right.
If you like pirates, they got it. If you like sharks, they got it. If you like wolves, they got it. Do you like something particular?
I don't know. I haven't really fleshed that out, especially in this, since there's so much. I just don't know. I don't know, because I'll say something I like and then I'll probably find something else that I like.
Precisely, and that is what's awesome about Warhammer, is they have a little bit of everything. Because if you ask me one thing, kind of like I was talking to my sister this one time, and they're like, "Oh no, my brother, sorry," but they asked like, "What's your favorite food?" And you're like, "Gosh, dang it! Like, I like everything. You can't just ask me one favorite food. It always depends on like what I'm in the mood for."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Warhammer's the same way. Like, you can't just have one army. What do you mean I can only have one army? I want to have multiple armies because I like, the other ones. They're so cool. And sure, yeah, it's an expensive hobby, but again, considering how much fun you have with it, how creative you can be, like how I'm painting this guy, I'm doing the streaming, I have a community of people who love to do the same as I do, get together, hang out. Like it's all worth it. Like there's no price you can put on such a fun time, essentially.
That is true.
And then the rabbit hole's so deep, it's just not gonna end.
It never ends.
And that's really cool because that means you always have so much content to watch.
Yeah, it really does help with work too. Going through work.
Yeah, dude, that was also my thing at Walmart when I was doing maintenance and I was just vibing in the back, like working on my own,
Mhm.
getting all the stuff cleaned around the store. Like I'll just put an audiobook and I would listen to lore.
Just chilling. I've already spent so much time customizing a weapon in Arena Armory, bro. So I'm really vibing with this.
Just chatting away.
Chatting away, watching you paint right now.
Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna put this down and I'm gonna link you my my Instagram.
Okay, right on.
And so you can see all my work.
Gotcha.
I've been painting this, and this coming December 28th will be 5 years of this hobby I've been doing.
Nice. So you've really been on it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my lord. That's a big oopie.
I guess on the app, it doesn't let me. The progress is going good. I'm talking to our friend here in stream.
Little newbie.
He is learning Warhammer.
Slowly but surely.
Let's see.
I'm really vibing with it.
You're probably going to want to open this on your phone.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm not sure if the desktop version works, but I'm going to link it to you right there.
Oh, you sent it on the... Okay, gotcha. Open that up. I'm gonna go downstairs real quick, get some water.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna check out your Insta. I'll be right back.
Getting that paint mojo going. Getting more done in the name of the greater good. Blech, nasty. Disgusting. These gross fish people. It's getting harder and harder grabbing this thing. because like more and more of it's being painted. You can see some of like the edges getting scraped off. Like that. But we'll go over it with some edge highlighting, and it'll look spiffy. It'll look real good. Mm. You already bought it? I am stoked. I am ready. My body is ready. Hell yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm not ready. My computer will explode if I play it. I'm planning to save up for a new PC because yeah, this one's not doing so hot either. When I'm streaming, all my frames are dropping and the kilobytes being sent is not so great. You gotta really step up my game. Depending on the edition that you get, I think you get to play a little earlier. You get a few like cosmetic stuff for your space rain. And I think the largest edition gets you also the next DLC, if I'm correct. I might be wrong on that one. Man, I gotta get a reference here because don't know. Time to work on the gun. Let's get it. Let's get her done. One to one, 4 drops each. Mix, 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 mix. Mix, mix, mix. Yeah. Yeah. That is some good mixing right there. 10 out of 10. Would do it again. Yes. Sick. Just like Nurgle. The best. The best of the best. But no, he wants both of the guns. Not one, both. You couldn't just be happy with one. So, Oscar, would you commission something? What model will it be? Hello, people. Hi. I'm painting the big boy guns. The pew pewinator. Makari? The squished one in your wallet? That'd be awesome. Makari and his bodyguard. When you coming down next? Oof, that's still kicking your butt, dude. Man, I'm sorry. And right now I'm hearing like no company wants to hire anywhere. Really unfortunate to hear, man. I'm sorry. Abram, also in the same shoes. Yeah, honestly, glad you're keeping yourself busy and not overthinking and stressing about it. Because sometimes it's just not possible. Hiring season's coming up for a lot of places, so keep that in mind. And especially like since you've worked at Lowe's, you might want to like try that again, because I know that a lot of companies, when it comes to like seasonal stuff, sometimes they'd rather just someone that already knows what they're doing, so they don't have to teach them. Yes, man. Make sure to, keep hanging out with your friends, dude. Reach out. And please, you'd be surprised. Most people are willing to, keep in touch. And most of us here at the shop embrace you the same way we always have, so always come back to us, man. And then I'm doing this, and hopefully this is just like home. At least a little bit of it. Also with, who you're staying with, like, how's that going between you? Both of you. Abe, are you still watching? Oh, that's wonderful to hear, dude. I'm really glad to hear. And how's her cooking? Good luck, man. May the music vibe help thee. What's crack-a-lackin'? Hello. Hi, I'm here, doing my thing. Just earlier, I was talking to one of my my good friends from work, and he was diving into Warhammer. He was trying to see what it's all about, and I explained to him that there's a lot of factions, and he didn't realize how many there were, how many races, how big it is. I'll be honest, no, I did not. I was playing Star Wars Legion with my friend yesterday, Mr. Abe. And by the way, that is what he goes by on here, so that way we know. Also, out of all times that you had gone to the store and that was off, that was funny. I would have been thrilled to have seen you there. Yeah, that really sucked. But hopefully what you got, you know, was perfect. All you need. Let's see here. I know I had put the link and made the offer. Are you interested still? If not, no problem. Don't sweat it. All right. Let's see here. Let me move you and give you an invitation.
I'm back. Put some cookies in the oven.
Hey, hello. Welcome back.
Hello.
Let's see here.
Oh.
Also, that was one long glass of water.
Oh no, I said I put some cookies in the oven.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I was putting some cookies in so I can rub up on a little snack before I make some. What's it called? Agujas.
All right. Make sure to join in any one of the VCs, and I'll move you towards the one I'm in. I have it in private, that way, you know, not too many people intrude. Skull and Bones. But yes, once you are ready. Also, refrain from using any of our actual names, by the way. Just letting you know. Clone Killer.
Oh yeah, no worries.
You like Star Wars, by the way?
Oh yeah.
I imagine.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering if you meant just like generally speaking, your name was just Clone Killer. And just
No,
because-
it's
or I
Clone
was
Killer
like,
because the Separatist army.
you like the Separatists?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
terrible.
I mess with them. With Grievous.
You're one
Probably one of my
evil.
favorite-
You're
favorite
one evil
characters.
man.
Yeah, that's why I like the Necrons too from Warhammer. I like robotic armies. It's pretty sick.
Damn. If you saw my Instagram, you also would see that there's also a board game version of Star Wars.
Let's see.
It is called Star Wars Legion.
Your duty, my lord. Let me see. Oh, it's in this one. Okay. Wait, where'd you send your Instagram from?
I sent it to you as a link on Discord.
On the private, you sent me the Oh, never mind. I see it. Okay, gotcha. Whoa. Follow. Oh, and does the board game work the same way?
Yep, it plays very similar to it.
That's fire, bro. I like how the model has actual oilage too. You like the 212?
And the 101st, the 501st, sorry. Dyslexia.
First. Vader's fist. I just made a. Let's see. Oh shit! Go fast. Go.
Hello, nigga. Is that how you pronounce it?
It's nega like negative.
Negative. Okay, nega. Okay.
Yeah, or just call me negative. I don't know how some people are like a bit iffy on the name.
I mean, I think I could see why.
Yeah, me too. But at the same time, like it's been used before. It's existed for long. I'm keeping it.
All right. Also, you're more than welcome to shout out to your own stuff. Link it as well. You're more than welcome to.
Okay.
Cool. Connect your stuff so that way you can get a little something out of it too.
Sure, no problem. Hi, I'm a fellow YouTuber. I make meme-ish content on the site. I will be making Space Marine 2 videos, but maybe not on release. Finances are a bit of a buy-in at the moment, so maybe by like the end of the month, we'll see.
Oh yeah, who knows? Maybe Mr. Clone Killer here, the other fellow in the chat, he's a good local friend of mine. He's also been really interested in the Warhammer stuff. He saw kind of the debut of the Space Marine 2 stuff, and he's diving into it through there. And
nice.
Considering how my channel, at least not officially stated, but it has been said, at least in conference with some of my other friends with who I play locally, originally stated that we wanted to do this channel kind of as a social experiment, see how we can grow the hobby here where we're at. And when we have people like this friend here, it's living proof that it can happen.
It's
They're
possible.
out there. There's people out there in every corner. And one of the biggest things that I've seen in a lot of posts, other channels, is the concern that there's maybe not a local community where you can go and play. And so this is almost an outreach, to let people know that, hey, it's possible, because where we're from, it's a small little place. It's a small place. And here we have a lot of cities, coming together and essentially making one play space.
To go crazy.
So I was curious, Nega, speaking of the hobby,
What up?
how did you get into it as well? Because I've been asked that multiple times already. And of course, I've said my piece. I'm not sure if you know of it, but I'd like to hear a little bit of yours.
So I joined so I had heard about Warhammer 40k since I was in high school.
Oh, dang, quite a while.
Yeah, like a long time ago. Primarily, I learned about the setting or the franchise of Warhammer by the Warhammer Fantasy.
Interesting. Was it from the game? Is that
No. It was actually the stories.
Huh.
It was actually the stories and like just the background setting of what it was. And the reason why I found out because of that was because of StarCraft 2.
Really? I never would have thought they would be affiliated in any way.
Well, it's because, you know that original rumor that StarCraft 2 was originally supposed to be a
40k?
A 40k game?
Yeah, I heard the rumor. I wasn't really sure if that had any truth to it. If it held any water.
It kind of did, kind of didn't. But I'm like, when I was told that, I was like, what's 40k? Like, right?
Right.
And then I look at 40k and I'm like, wait a minute, these orcs look a lot like the fantasy orcs that I've seen in media before. Like I had seen some like Warhammer Fantasy stuff. So then I did a couple of diggings like on the internet, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I got myself familiarized more with the fantasy setting, and then I slowly started to get into 40k, primarily with the Space Marine 1 game.
Oh wow! So this next game means a lot to you.
It kind of does, but I didn't play it. Like I didn't own it when it first came out. But I do remember seeing other people play it, as well as seeing a lot of it on YouTube during the time.
Sweet.
And it made me realize, oh, okay, I like this world, I like this setting, but I can't buy it anywhere. You know?
Yeah.
Like it just didn't exist, and I was freshly out of high school. I wasn't gonna delve into just getting into debt while I was in college.
Yeah, most certainly.
I focused on other things. I primarily played RuneScape and League of Legends.
Ooh, RuneScape.
Well,
That was a while back.
Actually, no. During the time, I quit RuneScape because Evolution of Combat had been released, and that absolutely killed the game. So I started focusing more on League during like my first couple of years in college. And then I forgot about Warhammer Fantasy, and I forgot about 40k. And it wasn't until the very end of 9th edition when I started hearing rumors that there was going to be a 10th edition coming out.
Yeah.
And when I visited my best friend who currently lives in Tucson, he has a hobby store nearby. And I went with him to this hobby store with his ex-wife at the time. And I see that there's a bunch of 40k stuff, and it obviously brings back memories. So I asked the owner, it's like, oh, do you have a display army? He's like, sure, and he brings out like a box of works, all painted blue, and I'm like,
blue skin. One of the first thing.
Well, yeah, no, not even blue. They were just all primed blue. It was super weird.
I was gonna say, because I've seen some really awesome like paint schemes where it's like Frostworks and their like skin turns blue. Like that was awesome. And my friend here, Clone Killer, he was realizing, he's like, yeah, like this is insanely deep. There's so much customizability into this, and he didn't realize that there was chapters, houses, races, and all this stuff.
So
and
much.
And that's just from watching the video game trailer from Space Marine 2. So it excites me because that opens the door for a lot of people to come into this hobby as well. And that being one of my bigger goals, considering that's what I do. I paint, I collect, I hang out, socialize, and hopefully one day myself open a store, as I had mentioned to my local friends. That would be an amazing dream come true. So it excites me because we have living proof again that it's possible. It can be anywhere. It's just unfortunate, on a different topic is the company that runs it, because they're not very friendly when it comes to like starting people. At least nowadays.
They very much are not. That is, I am willing to get into that conversation, just not yet.
I agree.
Not quite yet.
I agree, especially when we have a new outlook for my friend here, because for the most part I think it's all positive, especially the community that you foster hopefully is willing to put the same effort in introducing you into something new, like how I have done with the other people, because I think that can make or break it too. And the very topic that we're talking about can definitely spoil the bunch.
Absolutely. It's wargaming in general is very niche, and you kind of have to, if you want new people to come in, there has to be a desire from their end, but you also kind of have to tread carefully. You're not going to just throw everything at them.
Yeah, very true.
Okay, where did I leave off?
Your friend, store.
The store. So she shows me. Oh, going back to when you said Frostorks.
Yeah.
When you said an entire army of Frostorks, it reminds me that one long time ago, some guy on Reddit, on the orc subreddit, uploaded a picture of what he called his porks, which were orc pigs.
You hearing that, officer?
It was a bunch of orc pigs.
That is amazing.
And he called them porks. And it reminded me of it's because it reminds me of like the traditional non-token-ish orc, which is the big tusk boar type, like the traditional fantasy orc.
Where would you say that comes from?
It's not token. That's not the token type. That's more like a I want to say Japanese, only because whenever Japanese game studios do orcs, it's usually the pig kind.
Right. I never thought about that, and that could make sense considering Oscar's asking, he needs an image of orcs.
I will find it.
That is so genius.
I will find it for you. Don't worry.
But I never thought about that. Like, considering if you've seen Japanese lore, you know that some of the demons are portrayed with tusks as well.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. I wonder, like, where did orcs kind of just brew itself from?
Because, if my memory tells me that it was originally pig tusk boar orcs, then Tolkien ran with the idea but made them more human looking.
Yeah.
And then since then, that's what stuck. But I also know that D&D originally had traditional pig orcs, like on the first edition that was released for D&D, back when it was still run by was it CRT?
I actually don't know much of the history. It's something that's always interested me. I just haven't found the time to look it up. The same with like what we're talking about, the orc stuff, because I actually never questioned where did it come from? Where's the idea from? No way did it just exist. Someone got inspired by something to have made it for it to exist.
TCR, sorry, TSR. My bad, I said CRT. I'm dumb. But when I was originally owned by Technical Studies Rules.
All right.
What else? So, okay, so going back to the store. So this owner had a bunch of 40K stuff related, and I remember asking him like, "Oh, is what do you like? What do you like, so show me? You have a display arm." He shows me his blue orcs, and I'm like, "Cool." First thing I say is, "They're orcs. They're blue," which caught me, kind of weird. And he's like, "They're whatever color you want them to be. I just wanted to prime them because I don't like seeing gray." And I'm like that too. I don't like having gray models, and let alone playing with gray models.
Yeah, and I thought that was the funniest thing when I first got to know you a bit. You hate painting too, so it's just there's no win-win for you.
No, there isn't. Because the only reason why I hate painting is because I finished like, imagine you're me, right? I finished this model. It's been 3 hours. Like, oh my god, is the amount of different things I could have done during those 3 hours, and I just finished one. I mean, granted, it's a centerpiece model, right? But
yeah.
But still, it's I value my time a lot.
Yeah, and I think that's great, because the same thing with some of the guys on the topic of still also painting and the value of time. A lot of people didn't varnish their stuff, and they hadn't had problems with it whatsoever. But as you can see, there's living proof on this Stormsurge I'm working on. If it doesn't have a good protective coat, you can have like pieces of it chip off, like in the corner of that missile launcher. You can see it right there.
Well,
and such and such. And for it to kind of just come off is it sucks, because you work so hard to work on it. And I have living proof right there. It's already been about 12 hours and a half that I worked on this, and for it to just rub off sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. But it looks amazing, by the way. I've seen the progress that you're doing.
Thank you.
It's crazy. But what varnish would you use? Because all I do is I just hit it with a wash and then call it a day.
Yeah, and for the most part, sorry if I sound a little distant. Sometimes the direction of the microphone's a little just off.
But it's fine. I understand the struggle.
But for the most part, depending on how thick you paint your models, which most people tend to have a heavy hand on, it doesn't really need a varnish. I think it could survive the grease attack from the hands, but it's the greases on the hand that typically make it rub off.
Well, it's because remember, you're not supposed to grab the model from the actual model.
It's supposed to be from the base.
Yeah, it's that's always been the case. You're always supposed to grab things from the base, but thing is, human nature is like, oh, passing my model, oh sure.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna grab it from the face.
Yeah. So I with the couple of orcs that I painted, some of them have very thin coats of. One of them has no. I want to say varnish. What the hell did I just say? It wasn't varnish. It was a. What was it?
The wash?
Yeah, there you go. One of them has no wash. Another one has like a very thin layer of wash, and another one has like a very thick one. And I always struggle because they come out glossy, and I like that doesn't look good. It ruins everything.
Right. So one of the biggest fixes that you can do is varnish it, because not only is it a protective coat, it also can matte down the gloss of a lot of things. However, of course, a spray is going to cover the whole model. So if
Right.
you want specific things to have a glossiness, you're going to have to retouch it with a gloss medium. Here, I have an example of my own homemade one. Where'd it go? And you can buy this. This is Liquitex. I just transferred it into a little bottle. I put a little bit of water and see if it appears on stream.
I see gloss. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just transferred over just so it can be easier to just pour a drop in and re-gloss something. But the cool thing about matte varnishes is for that same reason. A lot of people like to use washes. I love using washes. Most of professional painters tend not to anymore because it just doesn't look natural. Like, in what world is everything going to be darkened by the same shade? Like, shades are different colors depending on what's casting it.
Right.
And I could care less about it. I think there's a middle ground for army painting where really you want it done quickly enough, but also look good. So I stick with my washes. And the thing that mitigates the glossiness of it is at the very end, varnishing it. And I do recommend, my favorite brand is Testers Dull Coat is the brand. Testers, and then the type would be Dull Coat.
Dual coat testers, dual coat. Okay, I'm gonna forget that name, but let me.
Yeah, hell yeah.
let me write it down somewhere.
I should actually post and edit my descriptions as well. I do plan to. Also, I gotta edit the stuff, considering I also might be stripping some of the stuff for shorts, just so I can get my content out there as well.
I have been told consistently to start doing shorts.
Yeah, I'm hearing that's the way to grow.
I did one and I hated doing it.
Really? How come?
It's just I can't. It's that level of format, the editing for it is just not. I don't find enjoyment in it.
Yeah, and I gotta say, everyone tells you, like, you gotta enjoy what you do, and if it becomes a chore, it's not really what you want to do, does it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would I want to do that?
But
so I just did it, and so right now let's not deviate into any further than we already have from the main conversation.
Of course, one of my biggest flaws.
I was gonna say something about paints related. All right. So when it comes to like when you said stripping the paint because of the fingers,
right?
I've come to the realization and just the piece that if you're gonna play with models, the models that you play with cannot be high detail. And the only reason why I say that is because you're gonna put a lot of time into making this thing look very good, and then all that happens is that you're at the Play Store and some dude knocks it off, it falls off your hand, and it breaks into a million pieces. Some piece of Kool-Aid lands on it, and it becomes a mess.
A piece of Kool-Aid, hell yeah.
it becomes a mess, and then you're like, well, there goes my 6 hours.
Yeah.
Which is why I think the tabletop standard exists, where it's like you have the regular model, which is just unpainted, just gray tide. It's just the plastic model. You have your tabletop standard, which is it's painted. It's your three base coats, your three base colors, just so you can distinguish what the model and what the weapon is. And then you have what is colloquially called the display standard, which is what I think you're painting to the standard right now.
It's an in-between. I try not to add too much detail for the same reason, and also the client paid for a certain amount of hours.
Of course.
And I want to make sure it finishes in one unison. Mm-hmm. And by the time the hour's finished, it can be like, hey, this is what I got done. I might have underestimated the amount of paint and time this would require, considering this is the biggest I've done. But yeah, it definitely is. It is that level-ish from what you're saying. And I agree. Right. I think most things, when you consider like what is it going to be used for, if it's for tabletop, I tell a lot of the guys, Abram being one of the biggest examples, if he's okay with, I hope, like his Mechanicus army, I told him, I was like, it just needs to be 3 simple colors, because I know when you have a whole army, you look at the entirety of the spectrum, which is, dang, I have say 200 models to paint. That sounds like a burden. just to think about so many. And
that's because it is an actual burden. That's a lot of models one has to paint.
Yeah, correct. And I told him, I was like, well, you can take it slow. You know, it only has to be about 3 fundamental colors. And the Stormsurge right now, as we speak, is a great example of it. So let me pull it out here. Right now, so far, it's 3 colors, and I think it already looks great. It's metallic gray, it's red, and it's white. You put that on the table, if you ask me, that's already painted.
It is.
And that's what I was telling, you know, a lot of the newer people like Abram. It's like, you know, just put three simple colors. The main thing you would see. I would say usually the weapon, it would be the main body, and a secondary color to the main body. For example, in his case, it's the main body would be black because of the coat, metal or silver for the most of the robotic parts in the atomic, and then it was gold, but he decided to kind of add a fourth, which was the gun, which had like wooden stock so that it stood out the most. And that's exactly what I was trying to say. So it's like, start with 3 colors. If you feel like there's more that needs to be emphasized, add it, but try not to. Like, he likes the red glowing eyes. However, when you're playing from 5 feet above the models and where they're standing, you're really not going to be able to tell the eyes apart either way because of the casted shadow.
Right. It's just that like a lot of people, or when like those fully painted models with probably like to the maximum detail look very nice. It's up close. But the moment you see it from the tabletop, it's like, this looks amazing,
yeah.
But it's overkill. It's like, exactly. There's a reason why I chose to go with, despite liking orcs the most out of all the factions, there's a reason why I went with robot legions. They're fast and they're simple to paint.
Hell yeah, and your army looks wonderful, by the way.
Thank you. At some point, I do want to make a video showcase, but when I do that, I probably will update the range and add more details to the robots. Well, primarily just make the glow better, because as it stands, it's just a smudge on the weapon. It's like, it's glowing, and while it works for the tabletop, it also doesn't look very
convincing. Yeah,
convincing. It doesn't. That's like the only flaw, and I'm like, you know what? I can do this better, but I need to paint 10. I need to paint 10 of these by tomorrow. So let's get it done.
Get her done. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And right now,
okay.
I had done a surgical recovery, and during that time, I pumped out those wood elves like there was no tomorrow.
I saw. I was impressed by how quickly you painted them.
And a lot of the other guys were assuming that I had put the most effort, but believe it or not, they were very basic colors and just one wash. It was so easy. I got it done about a week and a half, and it can be done. Hopefully it's also an inspiration for other people to do the same when they hear such stories, because it's possible. You just gotta get your lazy butt up and do it. Just do it.
Well, yeah. Well, that goes for anything. You just put in the work.
Yeah, the same goes with starting up this channel for anyone else who's also interested. Me being someone who's also starting, a veteran like Nega here. Nega, sorry,
I've only started like I made the channel back in February.
Oh boy, that's a long time. I made mine 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I didn't upload until much later.
Yeah.
And it's been getting to 100 subscribers is rather recent. You're already at 200.
I don't know if you know the background of my channel though. Originally it was a Mega Bloks Halo animations, the photo animations, the stop motion. And I had a bunch of little kids just watching my stuff.
Oh, that's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. I think most of my subs are bots, bro. Because
really? Oh no.
Yeah, absolutely, no. Dude. I look at the comments and it's like I have like 7 comments at most, and I'm like, where the hell did all these people come from?
Oh no, I didn't know YouTube had bots.
And then there's a big bot problem on YouTube, massive.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, and then you know how you can get your notifications to see who subscribes to you,
right?
Yeah. These things are like the most blandish profile thing you've ever seen.
What I like to call it, like since I came from Xbox, just like 360 like auto-generated name tags.
Oh yeah. And they're like generic names like Joe Smith, some ass, if there's any Joe Smiths on the
900.
world. Oh, not even that. It's just normal names from like normal people. You would expect things, but the thing is, no one names themselves that on YouTube. Why would you do that? So, but it's just a ton of them, and you're like, these, no profile pictures, just generic, like the letters that you get. Like when it's like, oh yeah, these are clearly bots. Oh god, but yeah. So hopefully I can get this rock rolling down the hill fast enough to the point where I
would love to see that, dude. Your edits are awesome. I was enjoying them genuinely when you first showed us over here locally. I was blown away.
Like everyone likes the edits. Everyone thinks they're funny, but it's like you don't realize that you blink and you miss like 20 minutes of editing. And it's like it's a slog. It is. Whew, it takes a while. That's why whenever I do whenever I just talk, I just throw in like 5 peppers and then call it a day. But I make sure those peppers look real nice, like that Shadow Hedgehog one where he punches it.
Yeah.
Like you could blink and not see it.
Yeah, they're quick. But I think that's a good thing in some cases. I wouldn't say all of it because it's quick, but it at least hopefully keeps the viewers enticed to watch because they'll know now that, hey, if I look away for any time.
Yes, that is exactly why I do it. That is exactly why I do it. That's also why I put like the FTL one.
Yeah.
There are hidden frogs in the background.
Oh shoot! I didn't know that.
Video.
I didn't know
that video. They're dimmed, and they're hiding in the background.
That's awesome, man.
And so it makes
that video popped off. By the way, I noticed.
It did, yeah. But then I read the comments, and like half of them are just people saying, "Oh, we'll use
they thought it was an update." Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, how did you get that impression from the title of the video?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong?
I work in certain set of retail. I don't, for the sake of being anonymous as much as I could as well. But I work at certain said wonderful place. Yeah, you get so many clients that ask the most absurd questions that when you kind of translate it to the internet, I feel like it only makes it worse. And you would think, not, because I always like to imagine that most of the people online are at least old enough. They're not like old people asking me for medical advice in the pharmaceutical area, which I'm not a doctor, but
that's the worst though. I do not envy that from you.
Yeah, and I get to see that on the internet, and I'm like, wow, they're here too. That's great. Yeah. I love it. I love it.
It's like oh, there will always be a piece of home, wherever you go.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I feel it, and it's kind of, it made me go like, what is going on? And then my Speed Freaks video, that one has my most, well, just because YouTube decided to no longer show dislikes. I had to get an extension for it.
Really? What was crazy? That reminds me, speaking of getting an extension, I didn't know that you had to get ID'd for posting certain things.
Yes.
I was so blown away.
Yeah, YouTube's like, hey, we need your information.
Yeah, in case we need to freaking hunt you down for whatever political reason, we know who you are. I was like,
and I'm like, it's crazy, but it also makes sense. It's like they're covering their own like website. That makes sense. It's just at the very least you could, God forbid this happens to us.
Right.
If we ever get like copyright struck, at the very least, we could make that system better, because as it stands, it's horrible. But
I've been hearing left and right about it too when I was starting up this channel from the ground up, that music was a big thing. So I made sure I found free licensable usable stuff. You just gotta make sure to give due credit the way they want it, and hopefully it's not claimed. You could also go to the artist and let them know, hey, I'm getting copyrighted here, even though it's your homebrewed music.
So I found a loophole.
No
courtesy way. Of I did, courtesy of Jim Sterling, the YouTuber.
Okay.
His copyright deadlock system, where he adds one piece of copyrighted content and then adds a different one from a different studio that's unrelated. And now, if they want to claim that, they can't claim it anymore because it's conflicting with the copyright from the other studio.
Ah, interesting.
Yes, you won't make money from it because it can't be monetized, but it won't, like, they won't strike your channel for it because of that reason.
Interesting. I have not delved too deep into it, but that sounds like it can come useful. Hopefully, I don't have to resort to it because I'd like to do it the right way too. You know, like these other artists who made the music, the one we're listening to right now, they put their heart and soul into it as well, just like how I'm painting my stuff, and some credit is due.
No, of course. I what I usually do is just I put the name of the song in like the description and then call it a day.
I was trying really hard to get the lo-fi chill beats from like what's recommended for free background music, and that was quite difficult to actually find decent music, not to mention make your tracks.
It is. What I usually do is I dim the music in the background and I just talk over it, because you're not there. The video isn't there for like the music. You're there for a commentary and like the visuals.
Yeah.
So for right now, nothing's happened. My channel's fine. And then for the couple of videos where YouTube strictly tells you, hey, this is copyrighted music, it does, but it does say this, you can use this under fair use, you just cannot monetize it.
Monetize, correct.
Yeah, which is, I don't qualify for monetization, so it's not gonna happen.
What does qualify you? I haven't even considered it. I'm doing this just mostly for the record kind of thing, but if it ever pops off, it'd be exciting, and make a little something on the side from it. But from what I understand, not a lot of people prefer to, because it's at least for now, what I'm hearing, YouTube's not that great right now.
It isn't, but if you want to know what qualifies you for monetization, you need to have at least 1,000 subscribers.
Holy smokes.
At least 1,000, and what else was it? And I believe a certain amount of watch time, total hours watch time. It's something ridiculous. It's like a ridiculous number. It's
the notorious watch time.
It's like a million hours in total.
Oh shoot!
For like the entire year.
And then, at least from the background I've heard, like it's not a lot of money that you make whatsoever. It's just pennies in comparison.
I have tried to find accurate numbers, like just give me an average of for every 1,000 views a video makes, and like how much money. I have gotten so many conflicting numbers. It is insane. I've read, you gain for every 1,000 you gain $15. For every 1,000 you get $4. For every 1,000 you get 50 cents. I'm like, so which is it?
Wow, no one really knows. Holy crap.
So which is it? I don't know. But I'm nowhere near that yet, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
I'm almost there. 200. Let's go. 800.
200. Yeah. Oh well, yeah. But now you just need the watch hours.
I got ghosts in here.
Give me a second. I gotta attend to something real quick.
All right. And Clone Killer, you still there? Hello. Let's double check here.
All right, I'm back. I had to step out for a moment. Yeah, my father came here, so I might have to leave like in a couple of minutes, but till then, I'm good.
All right. But thank you for, again, joining us I appreciate it. It helps me keep my mouth flapping. I have a serious issue of too much focus, and I cannot multitask for the life of me.
I'm not leaving yet. I'm still here for the time being.
All right.
Where were we? Okay, going back to the main story. So, Warhammer and me.
Yes, sir. I am very interested.
So I stayed at my friend's place for a while, and the owner shows me his army. I'm interested. How much for like the starter box? And he recommended me. Well, first thing you're gonna need to do is buy the codex and buy like a starter set. And I'm like, okay, cool. How much for a codex? $60. I'm like, I ain't paying that. I'm not gonna pay $60 for rules. And like, how much for the army? 100. I believe the codex was like the Comic Patrol Orcs was like $130 at the time. And I'm like, best I got is $70. So either I don't get an army or I just get rules and read them. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just not gonna get it for right now. That was my first experience with just how expensive the hobby is.
Again, this was in Tucson?
This was in Tucson, pre-COVID.
Holy smokes.
Crazy, right?
I have other questions, but I'd rather ask in person.
Yeah, no problem.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah, from where I'm at, I'm born and lived here. I haven't moved anywhere. I did go to a college in some other city, but I kind of came back. It was nice and cozy here where I'm currently at.
Oh, it's because things were cheap back then, and this place is this place was cheaper now. Everywhere else it's expensive. So.
Yes, sir. We have a secret little lair that no one shall know about.
Right.
My dungeon, my crypt. Do not enter.
Okay, so I leave the store, right? With because of my friend's ex-wife was there to like buy something.
Mm-hmm.
And on the drive back, I go through like the YouTubes, I go through like the deep web and start going through like, so what's the deal with like Warhammer? Like, why is this thing so expensive? Like, what's going on? And I find out there's rumors that a new edition is around the corner. The next day, we go back to the store, and I talk to the guy and I ask him, what do you think about these rumors that that there's going to be a new edition of Warhammer? Coming from the dude who just like asked for like the introductory stuff the day before, right? It came out of left field.
Right. So the fact that you're pulling big words like edition was surprising.
Yeah. And I'm like, because I did my research the night prior. So like, so what's the deal with the game? Well, we're currently in 9th edition, and we do this and that, and it makes sense because I played D&D before, so I understand. We're currently in the 5th edition of D&D. I played edition 3.5. Like, I understand the whole notion of how the business works in that regard. But in terms of the game, I still hadn't known anything. So I'm like, do you recommend? So when I asked him, what do you think about these rumors, and do you still recommend me to get into Warhammer now, even if there's like word on the grapevine saying that there's a new edition coming out?
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, absolutely, get in. Like, there's no issue. And here's the part that made me go like, wait a minute, something doesn't seem right here. Is when he says the Astra Militarum Codex still hasn't even come out yet. There's no way GW is going to like screw us over again.
He already said that.
He said that. He told me there's no way GW would screw us over like that again.
And you just said, oh no.
And the part that got me was again, and I'm like, I've been there before with companies. I was there with Jagex when it came to RuneScape and RuneScape 3 and how they killed it with EOC. I was currently there with Warcraft and Blizzard when it came to Shadowlands and BFA. And I'm like, I could, and at that moment I saw the writing on the wall.
Oh no.
I could see it. And I'm like, there's a new edition coming around the corner. And there's absolutely no way this isn't real.
Is
So
this
I bit
real
my
chat?
tongue. So I bit my tongue and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And when was that trip? Okay, so a couple of months, I want to say like maybe 3 months after that trip, 10th edition gets announced. And that's when I decided, okay, well, this is a fresh start, right? That's the idea. I'm gonna join in. I'm gonna actually commit to this hobby because I wanna interact with people IRL and see what's up.
Hell yeah, and that's one of my favorite parts. So I don't blame you.
So I try to look online. There's no local group. I'm like, okay, well this kind of sucks. So I need to find some other alternative. So I go searching online and I find out, well, I have Tabletop Simulator. I'm just gonna join the Tabletop Simulator Discord, and I did. And when they tried to show me the ropes, I couldn't quite grasp the idea of the game, and I'm ashamed to admit it now, but I was kind of a tourist when I first started playing Warhammer.
Right.
Because I was like, these rules kind of suck.
And we agree.
Yeah. And it's like these were like, why isn't it like this? Why is it like you go and then I go? Because during this time, this was a couple of months after, there was this game that came out called Moonbreakers on Steam. I don't know if you know what this game is.
No, I have not heard of.
Moonbreakers was advertised as like this tabletop miniature game, but online. And you would be able to paint your own miniatures however you wanted. And you still can. In the game, yeah, of course.
That is so cool.
Like, it's super cool, but I played it and I'm like, it has a you go, I go style gameplay.
And you didn't like that either.
It's super one-sided, yeah, because you go, I go is severely unbalanced, especially when it comes to unique units. Because the only way, so let's do some like let's talk a little bit about why I don't like you go, I go real quick.
Right.
So when you think about board games, one of the most generic, basic board game that people think of is chess.
Right. Strategy. Right.
Strategy. Chess is
OG.
Arguably one of the most balanced games in existence.
Yes, sir.
However, it is well understood that the first player has a 4% has a higher chance of winning by 4%.
Yes,
Give me a second.
I have heard.
Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second.
The original tabletop game. Chess. Gonna get a drink here real quick. And there we go. We got the plasma in white so that we can paint over that and give it the nice, beautiful glow later on. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. The next thing. What is next? Let us see. The other gun half. Wee. Okay, let's see here. Aha! Sí, señor. Sí, trabajo mañana. Mañana. Trabajo en la mañana. Y ahora volvemos al programa. Hello, hello. Hi. Howdly doodly. I'm dying. Oh no. Back at it. Back at it again. Can't stop, won't stop. Won't stop, can't stop. You shake up that beautiful paint. Let's go. It's already been 2 hours and 24 minutes. Wonderful. And I'm still not done with the base coats. Holy moly. Not good. Will I finish in time? Will I finish in time? I sure hope so. We will see. It looks like the surface of the wet palette got a little dry here. We're gonna revitalize it by putting some water and kind of rubbing the surface, and so that way it reabsorbs some water and it stays fresh and it keeps the paint going. And keep that palette alive. It is dry as heck where I'm at. Not good. Not good for paints that need to stay moist. Oh no. I'm gonna be busy tomorrow. Already had some plans to meet up with some people. Hello, hi. So you're at work right now? All right. I'm gonna assume so. My bonfire stream reminds me I want to do an actual bonfire. Also, with my friend here, Raul, I want to make some churros. And some legitimate cream-filled churros would be awesome. With some Nutella as well. That'll be so good. Try to make something new this year. In Mexico, they have some like cream-filled churros in like certain like events. I'm not sure if they're like an official product over there of some certain company, but they're so very good. Really want some of those. And if I can make them, all the better. Yes, sir. Fogata. Bonfire. Roast some sausages and make some s'mores. That would be amazing. Get some drinks with the boys, the girls, the everybody's. Have a great time. Put some music. We should do one of those like those movie watch parties under the garage as well. Lots of fun. At least from where we're from right now, the weather's still pretty warm, but once it gets cool, it's a really nice time to put up a fire, you know, and grill some food, roast. I got this tradition where me and some friends get together, we put up a fire, and we just roast some sausages, drink a couple, you know, drinks, hang out, just chat. Lots of fun. Well, he doesn't pass out within the hour when he has his fun juice, his happy juice.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm back. I'm back. What's up? What's up?
Nice. You scared the crap out of me.
My bad. My bad. My bad, OG. My bad.
Don't do that again.
I'm just grinding on some arenas right now. Some arenas. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I gotta check how this cross transfer works for the thing. Damn, bro, you got some real progress going on that painting, bro.
Heck yeah. These poisons. This is my coworker. My friend.
Is that for the cannon at the end, at the bottom? Is that shading supposed to be natural shading that occurs, or is that just
No, this
blackening
is this is handmade shading I made.
Oh, nice.
An airbrush.
Nice. That's fire.
Just a moment here. Ooh boy, dinner is ready.
Break time, break time.
I could use a break time. I've been doing this for 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Locked the fuck in.
And it sucks because I'm still not done with the base coats, which is just the primary colors. I haven't shaded and I have not done highlights yet.
Highlights, and then you still have to add wear, right?
Yes, sir. And I still have to add battle wear. And I still have to add, according to the client, he wants me to add like that Tron effect, you know, like that glowing Tron, like lines in between.
Oh yeah, from the like the accent electronics.
Yeah, think of it that way.
Okay,
He wants me to add that, and as cool as that sounds, that's a lot of work.
But another question: does the client have to specify the specific type of battle damage, or do you just?
I kind of just go ham, but if they ask, I will definitely do.
Got you.
And stuff like you want like a battle scar on a specific person's face, I'll definitely do it in the way you ask.
Nice.
I'm surprised none of the other fellows in the group have not joined you.
No, it's all good. I had just gotten back. I was AFK for a while, but I'm back in.
Make sure to let them know. Just be like, hey, I'm gonna hop on again if anyone wants to join me. Like I said, some of the guys literally wake up like at 5 in the afternoon, which is crazy, but you know.
Yeah, the gamer mentality.
The gamer.
Oh, well, now I'm just currently running some arena. Just gonna get used to it.
Yeah, I don't have days off. I work and I only work.
Work is all I do.
When I play video games, I'm also working. I'm grinding.
Yeah, I'm getting that grinding.
The work never ends. The grind is real. Chat, is this real?
Chat, can we get a confirmation?
My friend, he says that I'm taking the literal quote, "In death does duty end," too literal.
May death do us part.
When I learned the weakness of the flesh, It disgusted me.
Cyberpunk.
The Atomic. The Adeptus Mechanicus from Warhammer 40k.
That's what he says?
It's one of the trailers for one of their video games. It's a Warhammer faction from the humans. They're basically the guys that make all the weapons in the universe.
Oh, that's sick.
For the Imperium of Man. They're cyborgs. They're cybernetic. And they believe that the flesh is weak. So they augment themselves. They almost look like robots, not even human.
That's why they look all like, well, yeah, literally all robots. I see their parts like sticking out and stuff. And their face, everything about them.
You looked it up?
Yeah, I've seen, and then I'll be on YouTube and I'll see some ads for those Warhammer Tactic gameplay mobile games, and they always pop up.
Yeah, they're super cool. They're Abram's favorite.
Nice, nice.
Raul, are you at work right now? Remember, don't forget to chew your food. Yes, he is at work. I have gone back in time. I am now younger. I have seen the future.
Necron superiority.
It is not kind. The future's now, old man. Jefe, estoy cansado.
Love that mute.
Estoy cansado, jefe.
You're a monster, the man says to Wetnuto on Arena.
It is popping.
Do you also paint the base plate too?
Yeah, brother.
Give it an airbrush coating of all the colors you're going to be using?
I like you saw in my Instagram, I give him like a little basing of like my own custom thing. I like to do like wilderness.
Oh, so that foliage that you did for the
yeah, it's all hand
oh,
done.
that's sick. That's
yeah,
fire,
here,
bro.
let me show you this one. So as you can see on the Stormsurge, that's the name of this vehicle. There's nothing. It's all red because I airbrushed it, right? So I'm gonna be replacing this with a pre-bought one. Of course, I could have done it all by hand, but the client was like, "Hey, if it's gonna take too long, I'll just buy a pre-made one." And look, he bought this one. Oh, look at that! That's so sick.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
So that just makes it way easier to not take too much time up.
Yeah, but this looks hella cool. Now just imagine, you know, this big boy on that awesome rock.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. It's sick.
It's gonna look
that's
epic.
Fire.
Kind of random, but like I'm crazy into fantasy right now for some reason. Like I'm just really into it.
Or
Most
like
likely,
swordplay or just fencing?
no, like fantasy, like the theme fantasy.
Oh, fantasy. I think you meant fencing. I was like, oh, fencing.
I can see how you hear it.
Yeah.
I can kind of hear the reverb. But yes, fantasy.
Nice, nice.
And I'm in the random like mood to watch the Lord of the Rings for some reason.
Oh, yeah. That's a series that I have not watched.
You have not seen it, dude. If we ever get-togethers, dude, you're definitely invited.
Yeah, bro. That I know that the new series came out, right? The Lord of Ring or Lord of Powers or something.
Yeah, I'm hearing it's not doing so great.
Yeah, it's already gonna get canceled or something on the second season.
No way, dude. I didn't hear. But yeah, that that sucks.
No, but still, I want to get into Games of Thrones too. I know it's a really good series.
Unfortunately, they didn't do so great at the end, but overall, I would recommend to watch.
But isn't it a very, very long ongoing series?
It's 8 seasons long. Yeah, I think there's about like 18 to 24 episodes per season. So yeah, you got quite a lot of watching to do. But
a lot of time,
but once you get into it, I promise it gets addicting to watch. My sister thought the same thing. She was like, "Oh gosh, like that sounds like a lot," but oh boy, it flies.
What?
No wonder my arm's hurting. Forgot my little cushion.
Oh, that's smart. Having a little cushion.
Yeah, especially when you're painting for so long. Oh man, it starts to hurt when you have your hands on the table edge. Hello, hi, welcome. Hello, hello.
Oh.
Thank you for joining. I know who you are. Hello. Hi. 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 Hello. Hi. We're getting my coworkers in here. Holy smokes. That's crazy.
Everyone's locked in.
Yeah. El gatito in the box. The cat's out of the box, quite literally.
Everyone knows who I am. Everyone knows who I am.
They know where I live, where I work. I just need my my managers to just come in here and watch. Oh, ooh. You know, no problem.
Are you fucker? There's this guy using a Mosin, bro, in arena. He's nuts. Oh, wait, my bad.
Man, that's a yacht, sir? What?
Sorry. You mute this. This arena map's getting heated.
The match you're in?
Yeah. I'm playing on block right now. I'm doing 5v5.
I'm so excited I get to go work with you guys tomorrow. I'm excited to go back to that. Time flies when you work there.
It does, especially the working that late schedule or sort of late schedule.
I think my next day off is gonna be till like until Monday, I think it is. Oh no. I want to keep working on this. Rip. We got about 10 more minutes and I reached the 3-hour mark. I think that's a great place to stop. Again, thanks for joining me in here on the stream, keeping me chatty.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm the I definitely struggle. Thinking
Yeah, no, I can imagine, bro.
Just talking to yourself like a crazy.
Oh, stuck in your mind, stuck in your mind. No, but this is really cool. I didn't know you did this, man. So sick.
Yeah, dude.
I fucks with it heavy, bro. Fucks with it heavy. Oh, if you finish up, I know you're gonna go eat. I'm probably gonna go eat too, but hopefully you're still gonna be on later.
Yes, after I eat, I will join you. I will join you. I will ask the other guys to join us as well.
For sure.
Because that is my my fun time of the day, because I've done nothing but work on my stuff.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
When I play video games, that is my me time.
Still clocking in those hours, bro. Clocking in those hours.
For real. I mean, I'm getting paid for this, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
Grind that life, man. Grind. IRL XP.
Oh, and then I'm probably gonna spend like a good fucking half an hour just editing the armory classes for each scout and enforcer and assault, so I can have my custom classes built out.
Oh yeah. I only so far built the assault one because that's about like all I play.
Yeah, the guns there. Wait, the guns swap out for each choice of them.
Yeah, they swap out depending on the one you the tab that you pick.
Dude, what's the screen record button for NVIDIA? Oh my god, what's the screen record?
I don't know.
After the...
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, dude, that was such a good... I gotta show you that clip if I can get it. I gotta show you that clip, bro. Oh my lord.
Was it a clean kill or what?
It was it was like the last. Oh, let's see. No, what was the bind? Oh, F10. Did I get it? No, I got it. Dude, I locked in so hard at the end. Oh man, it was nuts.
You team carried.
Yeah, right there near the end. It was a 4v4, a 4 points and 4 points match point. Oh man. All right. Here, I'll be right back. You're still gonna be in the BC, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry for going out so much. I gotta go
Yeah, no,
get this
okay.
food.
It's cool.
Right
Thanks
back,
for
right
joining
back.
me regardless.
I've returned.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. All right. Sorry about that. Just
Yeah, of course, no problem.
All right. Where were we?
I know we're still on the topic about the coming over here, and that you were looking for people, and then that
Oh, okay. Right.
yeah, I think it was when you had just gotten over here. I was gonna ask you. I hadn't forgotten. Like when you had met up with the group, of course, us here locally, you were still just starting there.
No.
No, so you had already delved your toes into it a bit before you had met us.
Into OPR? No. Into OPR? No. Into Warhammer? I'd already tried it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Am I making sense?
Yes.
All right. Cool. So yeah. So that had happened. So I tried playing Warhammer on Tabletop Simulator a couple of times, and I couldn't really wrap my head around the rules. So again, I was very much the stereotypical hobby tourist that gets on and it's like, why are the rules like this? This could be much better. And I tolerated it because those were the rules. But I could clearly see that things could, this could be a lot better. So then I started looking into alternatives. I started looking for like, okay, well, I like the setting. The setting of Warhammer is great, but playing the game and the rules themselves could need some work. So I wanted to see what other alternative playstyles existed, and that's when I heard about one-page rules. Not from a site where you would expect it to be told. Because I went deep for this one. I actually heard about one-page rules from 4chan.
From 4chan.
From 4chan. Because there is no OPR board on like their tabletop page. There is no OPR, but there's a lot of Warhammer
board. That would be like a forum area, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not familiar with 4chan.
Well, are you familiar with forum boards though?
No, not really.
Not forums. Okay, so forums are split into divisions, and they have their own separate dedicated one for tabletop, and then in that you can create your own thread, and then you can chat about whatever it is you want. And they had one for like D&D 5th edition, D&D 3.5 edition. Now they have one for Trench Crusade back in the time that didn't exist. And there was a ton of them about Warhammer. And one of the constant things that people would always complain about was the rules. And then someone mentions OPR, like why play Warhammer when you could just play OPR? And I'm like, what's OPR? It's like one-page rules. It was originally. So what do you know about the origins of one-page rules? So this is another rabbit hole that I went down.
Right.
In a short amount of time.
Because from what I understood, it was originally supposed to be like a rage quit rules of 40k because people were just tired of it.
Yes.
Yes. Because GW's classic Iron Fist over their player base and their lack of attention they give to the rule making kind of just led to a lot of people falling off.
Exactly. So the creator of OPR came from 4chan.
Huh.
That's where he started.
Interesting. Cool.
His rules. It was originally called 1D Warhammer, one-page Warhammer.
One-page Warhammer.
that inevitably had to shift into its own thing because copyright. So I started looking into OPR, and I'm like, this seems really cool. And then that got me into 3D printing. Well, not then, but it got me interested in 3D printing. And on Facebook, because God knows, Google likes to share their information.
No, yeah.
I'm on Facebook, and I see an invitation for a. So I was part of the local Magic the Gathering page. For like I had joined some years prior, so I'm being real careful not to. I'm trying to think of my words so I don't dox myself.
Yeah, of course. But it was just the local Magic, and that's how you found some of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I found you guys.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I know that happened is because I was searching previously OPR stuff on Google and on YouTube.
Right. I'm glad that works in some sense, because that was one of the things we were concerned about at the place, because we're just like, hey, we want to let people know that we exist here, because I had the same realization that voila, we exist here. I didn't realize that 40k was adamant in any form or way, and it got revitalized when I was I was giving credit because I was talking to the other guys, but I was kind of the guy that was coming out of COVID, and I was like, I'm tired of just being stuck here. I want to socialize. I heard about this cool thing, Warhammer, because I'm a Warhammer COVID guy. I came from
you joined actually that time?
Yeah, so like it was hard to believe that people actually went out to socialize playing this board game and stuff. I thought it was very solitary, like you do it on your own, and of course you can do it on your own, but I wanted to do the social part of the hobby,
Right,
And
because
I was
we
missing
gotta-
that experience because I had been painting already for like the 3 years in COVID, and I was ready to like actually be a part of the community. I didn't want to feel so alone just painting, which
Fair.
which I appreciate for having you here as well. Again, I'm very grateful considering I don't have to do this alone anymore.
Well, the funny thing is, you never did. There was always an option for you to engage in the hobby in whatever means you can. Like,
Yeah, and people need to know that, which is why I say it.
yeah, it's true. And so that's how I got into the hobby. Now, my knowledge about the settings I've accumulated for like the good chunk of a year. So I'm a big lore nut. I love lore.
Nice.
I love lore. That's what makes something fun for me. That's what makes me enjoy things. Like it doesn't have to be particularly good. Like the game itself or whatever it is, doesn't have to be particularly good as long as the lore is solid.
Yeah.
If the lore isn't solid, I have a big problem. We're not gonna get into that conversation here.
Yeah.
But I want you to know that. And one of the I will get into this. It's the one reason why I don't enjoy playing Warcraft anymore.
Because it just ceased to do the lore.
The lore. Well, in my opinion, Blizzard has stopped. So, what do you know about Shadowlands and what happened with that? No, nothing.
First off, I'm kind of a hermit when it comes to a lot of just everything. I know very few things, and it's particularly exclusive to Warhammer, Star Wars, fantasy, Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Certain video games like Halo.
Did you enjoy The Last Jedi?
The Last Jedi. No, I didn't. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I was thinking of Rise of Skywalker. My bad. I did not like Rise of Skywalker.
Okay, episode 8.
Yeah, I did not like it.
Okay, cool, good. We're on the same page then. All right. Imagine. Okay, what do you think about episode 9? Is it as bad as episode 8?
As bad as episode 8? No, I think 8 was still the worst.
Okay. Is it because episode 8 felt like an insult?
The writing just made no sense, and not to be just on a bandwagon, just to hate for hate, but I think the specific character that drove me nuts was the lady with the purple hair.
Right. Okay. Well, not to get into specifics, but just
right.
I do want specifics, but not in that aspect. What I'm referring to is, did the movie fundamentally harm what the setting was?
If you consider it canon, yes.
Right. Okay. That's what Shadowlands did to WoW.
To WoW, really?
That's what that expansion did to the lore of World of Warcraft.
My friend Raul says a copy and paste of episode 8 and episode 4. Yeah, I mean, when you think about 7, it's a copy of 4. Yeah,
it's an exact copy of 4, but I actually like episode 7.
Yeah, I do too. I thought it started off great. In fact, I was okay that they played it safe, because then I was like, now I'm excited to see what 8 and 9 might fare, because they played it safe. They might try something different. Now I was scared
that they might.
On that hill.
I will die on that hill that episode 7 is fine.
Yes,
it's not bad.
I think most people that I've talked to about it also agree. I think 7 was like a great way to like reinvigorate like the Star Wars base by playing it safe. Like introduce new things by having different art, a new order, having the characters be introduced, but still follow a similar story, because like, hey, it's just like, just flip it with like the new skin. And that's what was most exciting and also concerning at the same time, because I was like, hey, I really hope episode 8 is different now, because if it's also playing it safe, now you're playing it too safe, because you already did that for the first one. And now it went complete opposite. It went balls to the walls. They threw everything that they thought might stick and made no sense whatsoever.
So I spent a lot of time like kind of researching this and analyzing like why is it that I enjoy episode 7 so much.
Right.
As well as why a lot of people also enjoyed it, but also why a lot of people say it's just a rehash of episode 4. There's nothing special here. And I think I understand. I think I know why they played it safe. It's because in reality, so prior to episode 8, and just in general, the prequel movies aren't good.
The prequel movies.
They're just not good. They have good visuals and they have good moments.
Right. I agree. As a die-hard Star Wars fan, they're not great writing, but I freaking love the visuals. I love the aesthetic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And a lot of people have these like. A lot of Star Wars people nowadays are like, oh, episode, the prequels are amazing. The only reason why you say that is because the sequels are so bad.
Yeah.
That it makes you appreciate what came before.
Yeah, like
that's the funny thing. That's the scary part. Where it's like, and this is only something that you kind of realize as you get older in life. Where the rose tint glass effect is very real.
It is insanely real.
It's insanely real.
I had rewatched all the movies with insane CGI for early 2000. So it was real. Yeah, honestly, it was pretty great, especially the droids. Holy smokes.
The droids are great.
Holy smokes, the droids blew me away when I was a kid.
Yeah, the 2000s has great CGI. Pirates of the Caribbean, Davy Jones is still by far one of the best.
Beautiful work.
Amazing. Jurassic Park too, but those were animatronics for the most part. But that wasn't early 2000s. That was way earlier. Way before. That was way before my time. But I did get to see recently, like I think they re-released Jurassic Park 1 in theaters.
Oh yeah, they're doing that, aren't they?
Yeah, it sells it for me. It sells it for me. It's great. Anyways, going back to the thing. So yeah, so the prequels aren't really that good. And I think that's the reason why they played episode 7 so safe, because it's like, what worked in actual Star Wars? Episode 4, 5, and 6. Well, we can't do episode 5, we can't do episode 6, so why don't we just rehash episode 4 and see if it works? And sure enough, it did. It's just, the only bad thing you could say about episode 7 is that it's like The New Hope. But then it's like, well, if it's like The New Hope, is it really that bad of a movie? No.
Right. Yeah, because it's so cherished.
Exactly. So it's like it's all right. It's a solid mid, and at the time, a solid mid for Star Wars was pretty good.
A solid mid.
The solid mid was for Star Wars at the time was pretty good. Then episode 8 comes out and it makes like, it's so bad that it makes everything like it's like episode 8 was so bad that it graded the rest of the movies on a curve.
Yeah, and it it just made it easy for the other movies.
Exactly. It's like, oh, okay, well.
Have you been also following the live TV series?
I zoned out of Star Wars. I completely
fell out. Oh gosh.
Episode 8 completely killed any love I had for Star Wars.
Oh no.
It was that bad. It was that bad. I remember sitting in that movie theater thinking to myself, there's no way a Star Wars movie could be bad. Like I must not be getting something, or maybe you want to know what would have redeemed that movie if the lady was a spy.
Right, the whole time.
Yeah,
that would have made sense.
That would have made sense, and the fact that it doesn't, the fact that she isn't, it's crazy.
Yeah. But my friend Raul says, to be fair, we barely had any Star Wars content after they canceled Clone Wars series back then.
It's true.
So we were starved for Star Wars content. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
And speaking of which, that's what I was gonna say. Personal, but like the Clone Wars series was a thing since I was very young, and I would watch them weekly with my dad. And my dad was never into watching things with me in particular, so like that was already special enough already. But the Clone Wars animated series was so good. I have to say, my biggest take, and I will die on this hill, I think it's so far been the best form of storytelling in Star Wars. Because of just how expansive the universe becomes in it.
It's because you want to know what makes it awesome?
Oh yeah.
It's tied to Legends. You can watch if you watch the Clone Wars and you read Legends, because I read Legends contents way before. Mm-hmm. I actually started reading the Star Wars books back in junior high.
Holy smokes. Yeah.
And I'm like, the Clone Wars does not interfere with anything that's been previously written.
And it's wonderful for that.
Yeah, and it doesn't. It all fits.
It doesn't forget its previous fan base, because let's be real, it's what you're going to be attracting either way.
Yeah.
New people don't even seem to really care, for what I'm understanding.
No, it's true. It's insane. And the things that it did change, in later episodes, it goes back and kind of clarifies where it's like, okay, so this is how this works now. Like, it doesn't leave you. I can't speak right now. There are no stones left unturned.
Precisely.
But there's still, but there is still enough mystery and vagueness that allows for future growth.
Right, and when you think about art, subjectively speaking, like it really isn't original. Nothing ever is original.
No,
so
it's
not
like, original.
Yeah, like, so when people say like, oh, like it's not being original anymore, it's like, well, yeah, of course, it's been done in so many other ways, probably much better, but at least if it's innovative, but at the same time stays true to its lore. Because at this point, that's what bothers me the most about it, is they're throwing so many absurdities and so many nonchalant, like, overpowered stuff that it's hard to believe Star Wars was ever grounded to begin with. Like, there's no sense of ever taking anything serious at any point anymore.
Yeah.
And the Acolyte, oh my goodness gracious. Goodness gracious.
I did not care. I did not care.
I have a friend who's insanely into it, and they were like, it's gonna be so good, like, you watch, you guys are just haters. And like I said, I don't want to mention this person because I don't want them to get all the flack, but it was like the worst takes I've ever heard in my life. And another friend was hearing it out as well, and he's like, what are you smoking, brother?
It's like give me some of that, bro, because I'm just gonna say it, bro. I wish I had that level of copium.
For real.
I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back, but I can't. I can't.
Your
I can't do it.
eyes have been peeled back.
My eyes have been opened. Like it's like the Bloodborne man. Their eyes remain.
And he was swearing that he's like, just watch. You guys are just hating. You guys are just like following the bandwagon. That it's just bad because it has its takes and has like so and so characters that are strong females and stuff. And I was like, no, you see, the issue isn't that there's strong females, or even if it caters to a feminist agenda, that really couldn't bother me. But the writing is just absurd and bizarre, right? That's like, all I could like really rate it for myself. I couldn't see another season coming out of it, and sure enough, it got canceled
immediately after too.
Yeah, which is like
I'm willing. And here's the strange part. I'm willing to give Star Wars, Disney Star Wars, a chance. I really am. But they're just not demonstrating it. Like they're just like, oh,
precisely.
Here's something new, and it's like, bro, what? This is garbage. Like this is, and the thing is, something that's bad. You wanna know what the sad part is? I don't know what the actual sad part is. They could fix a lot of these. They could fix a lot of this bad rapport if they just apologized for it.
Yeah,
and
honestly,
the fact that a lot of these studios and a lot of these obviously I'm broadening this thing to a bigger issue. The reason why a lot of this resentment kind of builds up is because they don't apologize for their mistakes. They're not willing to say this was a bad idea. We will improve upon this and we will make things better.
Yeah, and it's like the difference between like a smaller studio, like in the video game industry. You notice that the indie developers have to realize that, hey, if I put a bad phase to begin with, or I don't respond, my game is going to drown and die.
Right.
So it's like they understand that if they're not playing it safe with its player base, they're not being nice to them, they're not trying to listen or anything, you can expect your game is not going to do well unless it's a 10 out of 10. And these companies just don't have to worry about it because they know that the money's in their pockets already. I was talking to my friend Abram about it yesterday, funny enough. I was just like, yeah, like I want to start my own store, but like as much as I want to throw, like like stick it to the big player because I don't like what they do, it's not feasible because the name itself brings in the conversation as well. And that kind of topic actually makes you flourish because people go to it. So I was telling him, like, I'm pretty sure you might know what the game system is since you're more, into the hobby in some degrees compared to Abram. But I told him, I was like, do you know what Malifaux is? And he's like, no, I don't know what that is. And I was like, yeah, precisely. Like, do you know what Warhammer is? And he's like, well, of course I do. I was like, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Like, you know what it is. A lot of people know what it is. Just like when you throw Star Wars out there, the name itself is going to bring the people because it was so big once, it'll bring them back again. Just because of the name. Just because it's a well-known name.
The thing is, Warhammer, like Star Wars is an A brand, A-tier brand. Everyone knows what Star Wars is.
Right.
Not everyone knows what a Warhammer is.
Yes.
Warhammer's getting there. It's getting there.
And that's what's sad because they're already acting like they had made it before, but they haven't.
But they didn't.
Yeah, and which is like, oh gosh, like that's gonna be bad.
That's the part that gets me, where it's like I am starting to see the writing on the wall for Warhammer now, and it's like it hasn't even gone off the board yet.
Yeah, and that's sad like, to think.
Oh God! Again, let's not get into that topic right now. That is a future conversation.
Yes, we should definitely say that. Mm-hmm.
For a better time. But finishing up Star Wars. So yeah, that's a BFA. Not BFA. Shadowlands is what Last Jedi was for Star Wars, for me. So that's why I quit playing. That's why I quit WoW altogether. I was like, well, I played Dragonflight, which was the next expansion after, and it's like, this is pretty good. And then they dropped the ball with the lore again in the last patch, and I'm like, what? How do you go from kind of amending it to just not caring afterwards?
Right, and like you said, back on topic, that the whole idea is how you got into the hobby, and for you it's very meaningful having the lore be there.
Yes.
And you were giving me the example, and of course I can definitely tell, and you've proven your point by the massive loop to explain yourself, that if the lore doesn't respect itself, it just loses you.
Exactly. But here's the thing about Warhammer. Here's the thing about tabletop gaming.
Right.
You can still engage with it despite the lore being bad. Despite things not being to your liking, you can still engage with it.
Yes.
And that's the cool part of it, because it's unlike visual media, visual entertainment. Like you can't put yourself into the Star Wars setting and create your own thing without kind of realizing, okay, like I have a hard time imagining anyone creating a Star Wars army that is very unique, that isn't already, how should I say, already in the lore. That makes sense? I understand there's a Star Wars tabletop game that you guys play.
Yeah, Star Wars Legion.
Star Wars Legion, correct. The thing is, you wouldn't make your own separate, let's say, TIE fighters that are like specially unique, that have like this unique style or unique armor. Like it would already have to exist within the setting, right, in order for that to make sense. Precisely.
Other than like the scheme and stuff of already pre-existing vehicles and stuff, like it's pretty rigid already.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word. It's rigid. Like that setting is rigid. Can you be a little bit more individualistic? Absolutely, but your hands are kind of tied behind your back to a certain extent.
Right.
Warhammer isn't like that.
Is that a good thing for you?
Yes. I like the idea that because Warhammer is just so big, and at least in the beginning, because I joined during the end of 9th edition. I wasn't there during what people call the glory days of Warhammer, which was what, like 7th edition, 6th edition?
No, 7th was the worst. 8th edition was the best, apparently.
Was the best. Okay, well, I hear different things that like, 4th and 5th, and then 7 and 8 were like bad, vice versa. I don't know. Michael
in the hobby, I'm trying not to say more of specifics, but
okay.
But he's a 2nd edition veteran, by the way.
Okay.
And he's giving me the scoop, at least on what he's seen, and I gotta say, I'm a kind of person who's a little more optimistic. I don't like to be so pessimistic about so many things. And 10th edition, for say, like, yes, had its pitfalls. I don't think it's the worst of the worst, because I also played 9th and I did not enjoy that whatsoever.
I don't think 10th is bad.
Right.
I don't think 10th is bad. I just think it needed a couple more months to cook.
Just let it cook, quite literally.
Let it cook. Yeah, especially because, come on, I mean, World Eaters and Astra Militarum came out months before the announcement of 10th. Like, they had, what, 6 months to play with?
No, I think it was even less. I think it was like 4.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah, I felt really bad for them. And
yeah,
I'm a new Astra Militarum player with my Krieg, and I'm just thinking about, like, dang, that would have really sucked for me too. Like, I can't imagine.
I can't imagine. And then I go back to the words of the store owner. Oh, GW wouldn't do that again. Like, oh no. Dude. Oh, I feel for that dude.
So that's what scares me about introducing people into the hobby, like the friend I had here in chat with us. I'm not sure if he's still here, but it's just like, it's scary because the lore is also, for me, the most important part. It's what inspires me to paint. It really is. If it's not for the lore, I don't know why I'm doing this, other than the artistic side, but it's not a great motivator when you just do something for the sake of just doing. You have to have a reason. And if you love the lore and you can relate to it because of its aesthetic, because of its meaning, because at least for me, when I pick the stuff I play, it's usually because it has a good meaning. I'm gonna be real straight with you. Like the Krieg, yes, they're nonsensical, but the loyalty, the commitment, the passion that in death they will be resolved and amended for their sins is just insane to me. Like that's so cool. That's gnarly. That's dark. I like that, right?
Right.
If they suddenly said, yeah, we're gonna get rid of their gas mask, they have just lost their identity. Why will I play? Why will I play these guys? I like the faceless aspect of it because of the story. Luckily,
that's a rarity.
Right.
That's a rarity in the setting. As much as people like to complain, that is a rarity in the setting. It hardly ever since they started moving the plot forward. When did they start? They started this in 8th edition with the introduction of Primaris.
Right.
Ever since they started doing that, they've been very consistent as to this is the faction identity, this is the direction we're going. This is how they look, this is how they act. They have not deviated from that. Thus far. Well, thus far, up until female custodies.
That was funny. I thought that was the funniest thing ever.
That is. I don't want to get into this conversation because it's gonna get me heated. Because it's. I'm just gonna say it. It was an insult because they're just like, oh, they always existed. It's like that is not how you do storytelling.
No, I definitely agree.
That is. Listen, man. I don't want them, not because I'm a misogynist or anything. It's because it's been pre-established that it cannot exist. It just cannot be.
Yeah, and like we said, lore matters so much.
Exactly. Is there a way for you to change it so that it does? Absolutely. I have my own take on that. Conversation for another time.
Right.
But again, so outside of that, they've been pretty consistent on how the setting works. And the reason why I like the setting to be a little bit vague is because it lets you create your own. It's the meme of it's make your own dudes. Warhammer lets you do that. Warhammer lets you create your own dudes. I can create my own Space Marine army with its own set of rules, appearance, desires, and tactics. And the setting allows for that. And I can do that for nearly every faction of the game.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm. And the best part is, the setting can still move forward, and my stuff can still exist.
Right.
And not a lot of war games let you do that.
Interesting. I never really thought of it that way.
Mm-hmm. That to me is what makes the Warhammer setting special, and it's like, this is why I like it. This is why I want to be a part of this. Also, is your background map Middle Earth?
No, believe it or not.
Okay, okay. What is it?
I think it's its own thing. It's
Okay.
it was found on Spell Stream, I think is what it's called. Spell Stream. It's a website where they give overlays and stuff you can buy, and the name of it is Dungeon Master. So it's a D&D.
Okay.
And
Yeah, well,
I don't know what
Close
the
enough.
map is from, but you know what I thought, and the reason I got it was it looked like Old World, and I'm very much into Old World right now.
I can see that from the stuff that you've posted and done.
Heck yeah, dude! I'm crazy into fantasy right now.
Speaking of fantasy, do you want to get into the old world and the end times?
No, don't talk about.
Okay, we'll save that for another conversation.
Yes, sir.
So all of the knowledge that I know about the setting for Warhammer stuff has all like I like in my comment section I've been told that I'm just like I'm an old lore Andy or something. That's like, bro, I didn't even know the setting existed during that time. And yet all I've learned it in retrospect through like the backward lens.
Right.
And I can see the flaws of like a lot of the issues that plague the setting now, as well as the game.
Correct.
But I do think there's hope. There's hope for it.
Right.
Like this isn't gonna stay this way forever. Things change for a reason. Sometimes for the worst, unfortunately. Sometimes for the better.
Because, like, on the topic of oh shoot, that was a lot of water. Hold on, let's see.
Yeah. Do what you gotta do.
Oh boy, that is too much water. It's gonna strip the paint off. And a little hair decided to get in there. Why?
Oh, I hate that. I hate when that happens.
Why?
Bro, my brushes splinter.
Yeah, that's normal when you rub at the bottom of a container to remove the paint. If you rub too hard, you do have split hairs.
Yeah, okay, good to know. I need to buy that Citadel thing. Everyone tells me there's like, don't buy Citadel brands, but everyone's like, you're gonna buy one thing, buy the brush holder.
Yeah, because it has a little groove at the bottom and it helps remove it.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's awesome. I need to get that.
If you're anti G-dubs, like I know some of the guys are in the shop because they're just done with the BS and they're boycotting in their own way, which everyone to their own devices. I definitely can agree in so many ways. There's other marketed kind of stuff like it. They have like little silicone like grooves at the bottom too. I can't name one at the top of my head, but I just know they're out there. I just haven't needed to buy one, so
I've never seen it, but I know it exists.
Exactly.
Fair enough. I was gonna say something. I don't like. I said I'm not 100% anti GW. I just bought a Chaos Terminator box.
Oh shoot! Nice.
And the reason why I did that is because I need reference scales. I need actual models so I can reference if my prints are the correct size or not.
Right.
And it bothers me. It bothers me so much because on one hand it's like this. Like what does it matter? Like it's like but on one hand it's like I want it to look like the real thing, and it's like why am I like this, bro? Like why is this bothering me?
I think it bothers any person. I know there's a few people in our group who literally don't care about how big it is. But one of the funny stories on the topic of that was there's this kid, and I say kid because he's young, and he didn't really understand how like the hobby functioned and how you determined how to play it. So for the most part, the rule of thumb that we go by is the correct base size and the height of the model. Because what this friend of ours was doing, I'll tell you later who it was if you're interested.
I think I know who it is. Just
without saying, he put a little gene stealer and he was proxying it as the unclean one. It was so funny. I was like,
yeah, that's not gonna fly.
Right, and that's what I was saying. Like, okay, like if we have to have some rigidity to the to the way we play here, and we basically claimed, hey, it's going to have to be the proper size, so that way it's also fair in the game. Because if your little gene stealer that is supposed to be a great unclean one has the power of a god and he's the size of a little peanut, like that's hard to shoot at, literally, in the game.
Exactly.
Because they're hiding behind a little pebble, when supposedly they're supposed to be a skyscraper, and it's about to be shot by basically anywhere on the map.
Right.
So the reason I mention it, because it's like, I think you got a valid reason to be upset that it's not to scale, because you don't want others to be upset by it, and you would rather treat others the same way. I think that's a noble thing to say, because it's treating others fairly as you would like to be treated. The golden
exactly
rule. Yeah.
Because I am a firm believer. So do you know what WYSIWYG is?
Yes.
Okay. I like WYSIWYG. Now I understand for GW haters that is blasphemy. I like the idea of WYSIWYG.
Yeah.
I think seeing your model, identifying what gear it has,
makes it easy.
and being
it
makes it easy. And then if you're in a professional setting where you're winning for, God forbid, a monetary prize, it protects you and your opponent from potential shenanigans.
Precisely.
And I think that's good. I wouldn't enforce it, because I don't agree that it should exist for casual games. But personally, for me, I like to do it that way. There was a reason why I printed those 4 plasma Gauss rifle warriors, and why every time I played with the plasma dudes, I make sure to ship them and let people know this guy represents the plasma dude. And it's for that exact reason. Also, because it's supported in the rules. The sniper rule lets you shoot individual targets within a unit, specifically. If you kill the guy with the plasma rifle, you no longer have the plasma rifle to play with in your unit. If all your units look the same, but one of them has a unique loadout, you can't tell if you killed that unique model. You understand me?
Yeah.
That's it. That's why I think WYSIWYG's a good idea. Something fall. Everything good?
Yeah, it's good. It's just the lid.
All right. Okay.
I didn't realize I would pick it up. Oops.
I did. Oh, dude, you'd be surprised what the mics pick up, man. I have the air conditioner outside my window.
Yeah, I can hear it. I think it's being picked up as well.
I have to record in between that turning off.
Oh gosh, so it's hot when you're recording.
It's hot when I'm recording. Yeah.
Oh, bro. Oh gosh.
it's painful. It's
where
painful.
we live, without saying.
It's
not nice.
I can't wait for it to be winter, man.
Holy smokes, dude! Holy moly!
I'm gonna release so much content. It's gonna be a great time. There's gonna be so many pepes in my videos, dude. It's gonna be a great time. I love that frog, and I don't care what anyone says. That frog is great. It's so funny.
I don't know what gave it away, man.
That frog is amazing. I love it. So back to the original topic. So that's how I joined the hobby. Any questions?
Why are you so cool, man? Jeez.
I don't know. I have a very strong personality.
Yeah, and I enjoy it. Thank you.
Very very aggressive too. Like not like in a hurtful way. Just like
I'm gonna punch you. I don't like you.
Not like that, but not in that sense, but just
you look funny, you're ugly.
When I get passionate about something, it's I like to give it my all.
Yeah, and honestly, I can admire, because you at least stick to your guns, and you'll defend it for every good reason. Otherwise, I feel like if you don't make a stand, they will do whatever they want with the things you love, and we don't want that. True. And we don't want that.
I mean, okay, that is again a conversation for a different time.
Of course, but just to seal it nice in a little bow tie, because I'm also going to be going for some dinner. It's already late here, so I think it's wonderful, man. It's kind of the reason I brought up the topic was how you got into it for the sake of, you know, me getting to know you a bit, because you know, we're a little distant when it comes to like when we hang out and stuff. And also I'd like to have you here more often if that's okay with you. It works really well.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it. It's just I work a full-time job, as you do too.
Yes.
So it's hours are a bit conflicting sometimes, because I see you stream and I'm like, bro, I'm still working. Like,
yeah, that does suck. But hopefully we will find ourselves chatting again, because this was wonderful. And if we can make something bigger out of it, you let me know. Hopefully we can work together, you know, make this a little thing. Because this is in the air for me. I don't have a plan for it necessarily. And if we can clip things and such, and you want anything to be used for your content, you're more than welcome, because I'm willing to be just as open, because I want this to grow.
Sure. One of the things I would like to do is do like a talk show.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Where we just discuss hobby things. I understand there's like 50 million. There's 50 million of them out there, but it's still, you know, one more isn't gonna kill the format. Like, it's gonna be okay. And a lot of my friends that I would like to get into the hobby aren't in the hobby.
Yeah,
so,
and Postcat, I was kind of surprised, because I used to be like, what the hell is podcasting? I didn't realize how much of a godsend the concept is, because when I'm at work, I'm listening to podcasts.
Right.
And I know someone out there could just turn on this stream as we speak and just listen to it, because they're like, it's cool. There's people who think just like us, or who knows, challenge the concept. Hopefully people are not afraid to be challenged either.
Exactly. I feel like at least in the hobby, there's a lot of people who they're cowards when it comes to confronting the opposition.
Strong word.
It's true. No, it's true. It's like they're if you're unwilling to defend the things you like, then don't complain when the things you like change.
Right. Yeah. Like you said, you're standing because you don't want them to fiddle your stuff.
Exactly. Again, conversation for a different time.
Yes, I will.
Conversation for a different time. Any other questions you might have? I don't know how long you're gonna. You said you're gonna get into dinner. I don't know.
Yeah, it's already ready for the most part, but I'm kind of just finishing this off. I'm the sad kind of person who, if I have a drop of paint that's not used, I don't like to let it be unused. I don't like being wasteful.
No, I am super wasteful with my paints. It is a bad habit. I need to fix that. I need to fix that about myself, because I am running out of Cerakote's silver, and I do not want to buy more, because that bottle costs like $8.
Yeah, paints are not very friendly, and I gotta say, G-Dub's paints, not bad. That's what I've been working with.
They are not bad at all. God, I hate that bottle, but they are good.
Yes, sir. I don't know if you saw. You can see on my table, all those are for the most part GW and Vallejo, but they're transfer on dropper bottles.
Yes.
Their bottles are terrible.
Their bottles are horrendous, but my God, the paints are great. That is why I shifted to tooth and coats.
Oh, dude, I want to try them so bad.
I brought them the other day. You weren't there. You got there late.
Oh,
wait, no,
I want to try.
No, you weren't there. You weren't there the day I painted the custodians, were you?
No, I didn't see any custodians.
I painted a custodian. Everything came out great except the face. God, I hate painting faces.
Well, hopefully one day you get to catch me working on a face. I can give some tips.
And just, thank you, please, because that face came out horrible. I can do orc faces, just human faces, nah, bro. that just doesn't work. I painted the custodians and I brought the full range of my tooth and coats.
Have you seen my friend Juan? He that's what he goes by here on YouTube. So my friend Juan, did you see the commissioned ogres that I did for him? I have it on my Instagram too. I'm pretty sure you've seen them.
The ogrins or the ogres?
The ogres.
Let me check.
They're the fantasy ones. They're basically ogrin. I'm pretty sure you know that. But like, the reason I bring it up is because on the topic of faces, just like a little thing. Oh, what was that? Someone hit the door.
I don't know.
Ooh, there's aliens outside. Yeah, I had to forcefully learn how to do faces and muscle features because the whole army is basically muscles and faces. You can see it on my Instagram.
I'm seeing it right now.
And yeah, I basically force learned all of that on the go because I was like, yeah, I never done this before, but I need to sit my butt down and learn to do it.
I'm honestly, dude, learning throwing yourself into the fire is
The best way to learn. Hell yeah.
It works. It's painful, yes, but guess what? It works.
You know, nothing in life I've learned without a little bit of hurt.
I don't see it. I don't see it on your Instagram.
Really?
I see the drone. I see the spider bot. I see the Imperial, the clone tank.
Oh no, that's the other account that I started up for public use, the private one.
Oh, zero clue. I ain't got it.
I'm pretty sure you do. Holy smokes!
I do not.
Here, I'll send it to you since you know you're someone I know.
Fair.
But it'll be there. Let me see.
Okay, cool. I'll open it up in my on this channel's. Oh, I'm seeing your phone. There you go. All right, good.
Yeah, just the top.
Just careful with that.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
I'm
not used to where like since it's like a camera, like it's hard to tell where the boundary is in real life.
Fair. If you want, you could probably set up like a little tape.
Honestly, yeah.
And that's the only reason why I haven't done live videos
content.
yet.
Yeah.
At some, I don't want to do like I don't want to do like a whatchamacallit, what the hell is that that character that you're using? That's VTuber. I don't want to do VTubers.
You don't?
Nah, I think that's cringe. But I at some point I do want to do like actually me. It's just I'm not gonna do it in my room because that's. So I don't have the space for a lot of the hobby. So my computer right now, on my right, literally 12 inches apart, 12 inches away from where my right hand is where I have all my paints and my painting setup. That's where I have it all. And then 12 inches to my left is my 3D printer.
Holy smokes! Everything's just at a very close vicinity.
Yeah, I have no space. I need my own place. And I'm starting to realize I need to move out. I think if I wanna dedicate myself to making content, I need my own place. I can't be doing it here.
Yeah, start from humble beginnings though. That's my advice.
Well, this is as humble as it gets, right? So it's as humble as it gets, but I gotta move up.
Yeah,
can't stay here. No.
Likewise. However, I do have a wonderful setup. I will not deny. I worked hard for it, but I do.
Where is the? Oh, you said it. Okay.
There you go.
Let me see it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if it opens up on the thing. That is a super long link, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why it was that long, but that's my Instagram link.
You sent me the same one.
Did I?
Yes.
Holy smokes. Let me see.
Why don't you just send me the picture? Yeah. Send me straight to the same place.
Lol. I'll just tell you the user. Let's see.
That works. All right. Okay.
By the way, wearing these gauntlets are a nightmare for painting and using the phone.
That's what you got. That's what you got. The price we pay for
making interesting content.
For what is it? Brands, you know.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, I'm gonna add you on my channel profile on Instagram.
Sweet, sweet.
There it is. I followed you. This is the one where you have the dude. Those 1,000 suns, man. My God.
I remember you were afraid to touch them.
I still am afraid to touch them, bro. I don't do the way. Just on like the way you did the individual patterns on the heads, and then like it looks amazing, and then you flip them over and you can see the capes, and it's like that is the way you did that cape is you would win the tournament with that, in my opinion.
Oh, thank you, man.
I'm
working there
because you did that with a brush, right? You didn't do that with a
correct.
No airbrush, nothing.
Nope, none of it.
That is insane. That is crazy. Oh, you have a lot of models. I love that. That Darth Vader looks sick.
Hell yeah. That was a commission.
especially how you did that glow.
Mm-hmm. That was airbrush. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's a dog. Look at the dog.
The little dogs.
That's a dog. Oh, you have multiple dogs.
I have 4.
I miss my dogs. I miss them every day. Oh, I like these multicolored clone troopers. Yeah, do you have Chaos Terminators anywhere?
No, but I would love to work on them.
So, all right. So, real quick. So, the reason why I bought those Terminators, I need scale. I need a reference. I need to know that these are whenever I print something, these are the correct scale. And that's the reason why I bought them. And it's like I didn't want to, but I bit the bullet and I just said screw it. I'm going to. Oh, dude, those hexagonal pieces remind me of like Catan. Insane. I'm surprised GW. Wait, no, the GW has released a hexagonal game. Tacticus, I believe, is hexagonal. At some point we should talk about GW games.
Yes, I would definitely like to.
Because I have some strong opinions there too.
So keeps it interesting.
Mostly good, but also I played a couple where it's like this is questionable. That warp gate in the back for those Harlequins is also really cool.
Thank you.
Are those the models that your sister?
Yeah, that my sister plays. They're hers.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. I remember them when she kicked my ass on the kill team.
I was laughing so hard. I was at work when you made your video on the subject. I was just like, yeah, like your opinion bled through it. I was like, oh, that shit's too funny. Like it was great because I agree with you. Yeah, because it's not fast. It is not a fast game. Full truth. It is supposedly a quick firefight game. No, not true. Not true at all.
And that's the part that frustrates me. It's like, dude, it's like I could have played 2 OPR games in this amount of time.
Yeah.
Like come on, it just takes forever. But I am looking forward to this new kill team.
Yeah, and I gotta say, one of the biggest things for me was like, yes, the complexity is all there, time consuming, yes, but the level of storytelling that you can do if you write it well, at least the campaign with friends, is funny as hell. It's so funny. Because it can be done seriously, but also your choices can be just so out of sync that is only unique to like how you play it.
Right. Right. Every kill team's unique. Every campaign is completely different. You can approach it in 50 million different ways.
And the most expressive part about it is because there's so little models to paint, you can add more detail. And oh my goodness gracious,
of course.
Like the Thousand Suns, only 6 dudes, but holy crap, did I sink my teeth into making it as best looking as I could, because I know compared to like standing up and playing OPR, 10th edition, you know, any other game where you're standing, you're not seeing it from that close. So you can forgive a model for being a little ugly barnacle, but in Kill Team, you can sit your ass down and you're looking at the model insanely close.
Oh, you painted an Avatar Kane, bro. That's crazy.
And it's, I don't know, like there's a level of insecurity where it's like, oh god, they're gonna see the details. Oh god, they're gonna see the, you know, the half painted layers that you could still see through. Like, that's how
I felt about the rats. Remember the rats that I painted? Yeah. That's how I felt. I was like, these things look like trash. These things look horrible. And then everyone's like, oh, this shit's amazing. And I'm like,
it is amazing because again, from far away, it looks wonderful, but you get more self-conscious when someone picks it up and you're like looking at it and you're like, holy smokes, they're gonna see all the bad stuff about it.
No, yeah, it's true.
But it's just a lot of patience, really. That's been the key for my success in painting. It's just go the extra mile, add a little more detail, and cleaning. Cleaning is very important. And what I mean cleaning is just like fixing the mistakes, regardless of like, oh god, like I have to get the same paint, cover it up, and then just for you to like 1 minute later, like scratch it up with another color again on the same spot.
Yeah.
Like sure, it's gonna suck, but once you grow some patience, it goes the longest way. That's probably the biggest thing I've learned in the 5 years I'm going for. On December 28th makes my 5th year of the hobby, and it excites me because I thought I would never go this far. I was like, damn, I'm probably just gonna paint for 1 year and that's gonna be it. But no, this has become a rabbit hole that I'm too deep. I'm in too deep. And here I'm recording and talking to people.
Plastic crack, man.
Hell yeah.
Plastic crack.
Hopefully we get to talk about it more. I want to make something more out of this other than even just this. But I think that's it for today. I already packed up all the guys here, the pieces. Again, this is Nega Productions. Is that it? That's it. I always want to say studio for some reason. Production, right?
It's an anagram. It's nerds experiencing gaming adventures.
Nice.
At some point, so everything in my channel is gonna be an anagram. So, like I want to do like a Let's Play series.
Yeah.
But I want to call it YOLO.
YOLO, as in like you only live once.
Yeah, like that, but it's gonna stand for like the L in YOLO is gonna stand for Let's Play.
Huh.
But I don't know what the other letters are going to be.
It's still there, you know.
Still there.
All right. So.
But I have one for POTS, POTS.
Okay.
And it's gonna be for painting on the sprue.
On the sprue.
where I grab a singular model, because I'm not gonna do these massive sets. Just like these like one singular model, and I'm gonna paint it on the sprue, and then once it's fully painted on the sprue, I'm gonna assemble it.
Nice. That sounds cool.
It sounds dumb because it's like it's gonna be horrible because there's gonna be like a piece of plastic that's unpainted.
You know, like, that's an actual thing people do, but
yeah, well, I've seen it. That's where I got the idea from. But I want to kind of make my own twist on it by like by giving it a title called POTS, painting on the sprue, and then see where that goes. So I have ideas for the channel, but we shall see where it takes me, you know.
All right, Nigga. Well, that's gonna be it for today. We're hitting the 4-hour mark in about 2 minutes, so that is enough work for me today. I still have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, me too.
But in all good and other things that come with time, hopefully there will be more.
Absolutely. All right. Nice talking to you.
Yes, of course.
Peace out.
And have a good night.
Likewise. Peace.